Hello world. There we go. Now you hear my sound in the audio stream as well. Previously you guys couldn't hear me. You could only hear everyone else talking. Okay, so there's people who have work in progress YouTube links. What's basically gonna happen is I'm gonna punch you to the bottom, and then I'll re-download the CSV at the end of our first run through, assuming that those people have finished. I'll give them until 6.
So that means some people could get bumped up.
What was that?
That means some people could get bumped up.
Yes, some people will most likely get bumped up.
So be prepped, just in case.
Be prepared.
Sounds good.
3 minutes exactly, right?
Well, here's the thing. People are imperfect beings that do not follow our perfect rigid schedules. So even if we weren't moving people around, you're gonna get bumped up anyway because people are gonna go slow, people are gonna go long. There is no law. But yeah, 3 minutes max.
Sounds like you're apparently quiet, Andrew, on the stream.
Quiet. I'm quiet in the stream. I can boost myself in the stream. That's as loud as I go in the stream. I'll speak louder into the mic. Where are you hearing this info, Nick?
I was just in the
Which chat?
general.
In general. Okay. I have so many different chats.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I know.
Mod
It's
team
a lot to go
assemble.
through.
Mod team, keep me informed.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Ooh, you even broadcasted the schedule. Nice.
Yep. I'm trying to use it to encourage people to fill it in.
Oh.
And then, but before we begin our presentation, I'm going to explain it so that
Gotcha. Yeah.
people know what the deal is. So it'll be a good, prop. Hello to anyone who's just tuning in. This is the Global Game Jam 2021 wrap-up stream for Seattle Indies. Tim, if you're in the call, do you want to tweet this out?
Yeah, I already tweeted people, but I can do it again.
If you've already tweeted, you're already ahead of me. No need to retweet. If entry YouTube link equals undefined, during yesterday's stream, we were being restreamed by the Global Game Jam folks, so we couldn't play Zelda and Chill because they might get in trouble because they're actually a big thing, I guess. But we can play it, right? Is that cool? Are we allowed to go? Huh?
Oopsie, I did play yesterday.
I have it restreaming and now through Global Game Jam again. So.
Are we going, we're going to Global Game Jam again?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Well, we're going to get muted by...
Whatever.
We're going to get muted, but that's going to happen. I'll hit the record button. I'll start recording on my own side. Localhost 8080. Haha. Oh. Cool.
Nice, we got Mac on peak streaming. We just need to broadcast that to a theater, to a bunch of people who are waiting to see all of the results in real time.
Oh, right. I said I was going to stream here as well. Let's go voice. In addition to voice, I'm going to also screen share.
Hey, anyone who is talking on the Twitch stream, can you mute yourselves in the Discord? That would be cool.
In Discord. So, yeah.
We'll have video
I'm now
to watch
streaming-
Sean Andrews.
Yeah, I just changed this now. So here's the new paradigm. I'm hoping will work. Is that us devs will enjoy this live stream on Discord, and then the 20 seconds later, the rest of the world will enjoy it live on Twitch. So if you want to, you can stop watching on Twitch and just watch here, and then I'll screen share, hopefully, the exact same thing I'm doing on OBS. I'm not streaming right from OBS to Discord or anything. I'm just streaming like one window, so I don't have the full setup. But yeah, if you are trying to watch Twitch, it is very annoying to hear both on Discord and on Twitch. So I'd encourage you to just watch on Twitch. But if you're one of the devs who will be interviewing about your game later, stay here. We want to hear from you. And also, if you're here already, stay here. We love having you. We just didn't want to make everybody have to join the Stallions Discord. It's a whole process. Let me open up Twitch so I can watch chat on my phone. Because we are streaming this, I will ask that if you're not talking, we'll probably server mute you. Our mods are here in both Discord and Twitch, and we'll knock you out if you start having background sound that's not you. Captain Convenience says, high-pitched noise. Anyone hearing that?
I'll find them, mute them.
I have a certain set of skills, particularly.
We have a question from the chat.
Please.
Are you still adding games to the list?
That's a very good question. Let's talk about this. This here is our spreadsheet for presentations, and I have rigged it this year such that we can take last-minute updates. This always is a thing during these game jams. So yes, we are still taking additions to this. However, please add yourself to the end. We are going to march through from top to bottom. Then when we reach bottom, I'm going to re-download the CSV, and then we're going to do it again, but with the new people who joined. So please add yourself to the end. Follow-up announcement to that, to everyone here in Discord and everyone here in Twitch. If you are one of these games that don't have the YouTube link in yet, I'm gonna have to punch you. We can't watch your game if you don't have your things yet. So I'm gonna put you at the bottom, and assumedly, when by the time we finish this list, maybe we'll have your video. And I know these things take longer to process than we hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this now. Let's see here. Who am I? Oh, there's only one Who Am I now. I'm gonna move Who Am I down. Lesson found. Thank you for moving. Let's see here. Zip and Xander, moving you down. Feel free to please put more information in. We want you to be on this stream really badly. We want to see all your hard work. It's just we can't do that without the video yet. I almost didn't copy the emoji, folks. That would have been a travesty. Let's see here. Who else doesn't have a video? Treacherous Waters doesn't have a video yet. They picked mint chocolate chip as their favorite ice cream, so I think that's good. Cool. So now I'm gonna start moving people up as well. So if you explicitly told your loved ones to sign in at like 7:04 p.m., I'm sorry to inform you, things are shifting. But they should just watch the entire stream anyway. It's a fun stream. There's just a dino emoji here. I think that was Who Am I? I think that was Who Am I. It's not even an emoji. What is this? What is this illegal emoji going on here?
Amazing.
Come forward!
This is a crime.
This is contraband emoji.
You have to propose emoji to the IEEE or something.
In its defense, it's very cute.
It is very cute. It is hard to copy and paste though. Like seriously, I'm gonna keep moving things up and down, and it's gonna keep shifting.
That was me.
Tell me about your thought process. What is this?
I'm sorry. I was,
Don't apologize.
deadlines were coming up. We were in a hurry. Yeah, good. Things
Deadlines
happen.
were coming up, so you invented a new emoji? That seems harder.
Maybe it was.
I do know that not everyone knows how to get an emoji. I sure don't know how to do the emoji keyboard. I just Google it and then copy the top result. Twitch
Oh,
Tower
dude,
Defense
just
is
hold the
exporting.
Windows key and then
Windows
press
key
the
period.
semicolon.
Window colon?
I do Windows key
my
period. I didn't
gosh.
know you could do
Is
it
this
that
coming
way.
up in stream, folks? Look at this. Now I could be a real zoomer. Okay, Jim Shorts is here.
So how do you search the emoji thing?
Oh yeah, I can search Google,
You can
but
just
I can't.
type in that box.
You can type in the name of
It
what you
just
want the
takes
emoji to be,
words.
and it'll find it.
This is the coolest thing about Emojipedia is you can Google like bird. You can look at the bird and you can see how the different birds look on different platforms. So I might think it's a cardinal, a beautiful cardinal, because that's what it is on Windows. And you scroll down and everyone else has got blue birds, they got white birds. What's up? What are you doing?
Why does Twitter have a red bird? That's
You're
what
totally right.
Twitter.
This is the one time for you to be blue. It looks like they were blue for one period. They were blue at one time. Again, for everyone who's tuning in, this is the Global Game Jam Final presentations. We're giving a little extra time for our jammers to fill in their uploads for their videos and their builds, provide us their favorite ice cream flavor, and then we're gonna go through and we're gonna enjoy all the hard work that people have done. In the meantime, I'm gonna gab a little bit about the Global Game Jam and the Seattle Indies. Who here is in the channel? Let me scroll on down. We got a good crowd. Heck yeah. Seattle Indies is a nonprofit organization here in Seattle, and we service the greater Pacific Northwest area, I guess the Puget Sound area, if nothing else. And this weekend we service all over the globe. We have jammers from not just Seattle, but we have people from East Coast and West Coast. I know we have some jammers from Mexico joining us, with someone from Galloway joining us, someone from Germany. We had someone who's collaborating with someone in Germany. So all over the globe, truly the Global Game Jam. The Global Game Jam is our biggest game jam every year. This year we had 200 people sign up. I'm looking forward to how many people we have attending. How many people are in this room? 57 and a bot. 57 people here on this in this stream. We have game jams all across the year. We have 4 every year. Our next game jam is going to be. Tim, are we doing Games for Our Future in spring? We don't have a date for it, but we're probably doing Games for Our Future. The other jams we have coming up are Hype Jam, July 31st. Hype Jam is a game jam for game trailers where you make a game pitch. You don't finish a game. You just make enough art to like convince people you made a game. And also try out new things you wouldn't previously do and like share crazy ideas. So that's July 31st. Then we also do Seattle Indie Slow Jam in the fall. And that's a slow jam, so it takes a long period of time. These game jams are a great time for you guys to learn new skills, meet new people, question your life decisions. How's everyone doing this weekend? You guys survived. Unmute yourselves and give me some cheers.
Hey, we made it.
Oh yeah.
There's so much more.
Hooray. Energy.
Yeah.
There's so much more ecstatic on Friday, but this is to be expected. It's been a long 48 hours. It's been a long 48 hours. And everyone's come out of it a little worse for wear, but also with some video game to share. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off into the presentations, and then afterwards I'm gonna share some more thanks and greetings, so stick around till then. The way this is gonna work is that I am streaming everybody's videos, so we don't need to like change who's screen sharing. I am screen sharing king. I will be watching your videos. If you are on the team for your video, I'm gonna ask you to unmute and talk about what you've done. So actually, my team's gonna go first, so I'll share the process I was thinking we were doing. But the process should include what went well and what didn't go well, which is often sometimes more what didn't go well than what went well. What aspirations did you have that you didn't get around to do? What plans did you plan that never came around to being? I hope you guys will share that. And also talk about what your different team members did. You have 3 minutes though, so I will cut you off. So if you don't get around to doing retrospective stuff, you don't get around to team people, if nothing else, just talk about your game and like what it means to you. We look forward to hearing about that. I will have a timer. I can't like screen share that as well, so I will just have to rudely interject near the end of your talk. We have a lot of people here and more coming, which is very exciting. I hope you guys realize that we are starting at 6, but we're gonna go till 8. Like, we got a whole lot. So if you don't need to take your full 3 minutes, don't use your whole 3 minutes. We thank you. In the meantime though, it's been an exhausting 48 hours, so please just like get some food, relax, enjoy the presentations, lean back and enjoy as we watch everyone's hard work. I have a CSV here. I'm going to download it through the power of the internet, and I'm going to feed this into our slideshow real quick. This is what's letting us do late people last minute, because we just can automatically spit out the presentation. Let's hope it works. Here we go. Awesome. So my team's gonna go first, and we worked on Sword Shard. Sword Shard is a turn-based, tile-based hack and slash game. It's a game that I've been iterating on for many, many game jams now. The first version of this was in Global Game Jam 2016. We made the game just forking all the previous code. So we had the basic core loop of like walking around, running into enemies and killing them. But we wanted to try and explore more like narrative elements, more meta loop exploration things. And it very, very quickly became a Zelda-style overworld. So a lot of the work for this jam was us making the environment art for the big world, the level design for the big world, and enough enemies to populate the big world. This is me and Nick Amlak. Nick, what's up?
Hey.
Nick did all the art and the writing, and then I did all the code, and then struggled to do some basic monster designs. The project has no audio, so this isn't just me muting it. It has no audio. We should have recruited an audio person. This is a what went well sort of. Well, what could have gone better? We could have had some banging like retro chiptune on this or something. Next time.
Cadence of Hyrule in here.
Oh man, this is very Cadence of Hyrule. All the enemies have different movement patterns and things. I've timed this video to exactly 3 minutes, so when it stops, I will end. But I die a couple times before then.
Oh.
You guys get to see my bad plays.
Oh, there's your first.
Yeah, we're still. So other what went well is what didn't go well. I think one big win was we were able to use a tool set that both Nick and I had access to. So even though I was very busy organizing the jam, I am the host for this game jam, I had to like step away from the keyboard for many periods. I was able to still leave tools for Nick to like still integrate more stuff into the game. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a big win. Hopefully it wasn't too hacky.
No. Yeah, I'd say that was probably a pretty big win myself. This was probably the first time I worked with any of your code sets. So I would say that from a win perspective, I think being able to work with and seamlessly integrate my workflow into stuff like what was the program that you got? Oh, Tiled. Tiled. To get me into Tiled was not difficult, and then also just getting ramped up into my general workflow for getting 2D sprite art into the program was not difficult. So like getting a lot of folks, a lot of artists are generally pretty preoccupied with just putting a lot of their art stuff together. So they don't always have so much time to learn new programs, learn Git, or set up a lot of their stuff. I'm familiar enough with Git and a lot of the connection programs that generally people pass their assets back and forth with, but I think that was probably one of the wins, is being able to make sure that our collaborative work styles managed to overlap in such a way that it wasn't difficult to pass back and forth our assets and stuff.
Yeah. So that was Sword Shard. That was our game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will post more links in general. Next up is Lost My Gun, but I Found Yours.
I lost my gun! So we thought it'd be cool. This is, I don't know if we have a team name. This is me, Omri, Alex, and Brian. And we thought we'd do this theme where like you crash on the beach and you've lost your gun, but then you've got to kill guys to take their guns. But then we had to cut that. And then we were like, well, you lost your teammates, but then you find your teammates, but we had to cut that. We ended up cutting all of the theme, and so you could say that we lost the theme, but that means that we found it. So we decided to make a game where you're like an assassin going onto this island, and you've lost your gun, so you got to use these like magic spells to take out these guys. And we kind of wanted to take a different approach than just a traditional like third-person shooter. You can only shoot when you're moving between cover, and so you get this time slow effect. And you have to like conserve your bullets to, each of your 3 team members only has 3 fireballs to throw, and so to make it through this whole level, you have to be a really good shot with each one and take out like at least hit 50% of your shots have to kill somebody, or else you'll run out of ammo. And so by doing this kind of like slow motion moving between cover, it lets you play really tactically and think a lot about like kind of invalidating enemy cover by flanking them and getting around them. And I think it's kind of turned into a pretty interesting art style. One of our goals was to polish a whole lot, and I think we got a pretty polished mechanic, and the art looks good, so I'm very happy. Some of the things that we learned a lot about was, oh my gosh, animation blueprints. We spent so much time, like, that's like the moan of horror, right? You heard in the background. How do I get this guy to play his death animation? So that was a big takeaway for us.
It looks incredibly polished.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Built in Unreal, yes.
Heck yeah. Everyone give your gun emojis. That was the gun emoji. Put your gun emojis in chat and on Discord for Eric and his team. They do good work. Next up, Lost Bird. Also, I'm going to pull out this spreadsheet over here so I can queue people up. After Lost Bird is rolling on. So if you're rolling on, be ready to talk after Lost Bird talks. Okay, anyone from Lost Bird here?
I'm here, and I can lead for the team.
This is Zach. Oh, this is that game. Heck yeah. Okay, Camden, it's all to you.
I'm also here.
Yeah. So our initial idea was slightly overscoped, as all jam ideas are, but we ended up with more or less our initial vision, where you start the game off here, hanging with your bird boys in the forest. And it's time to migrate, and you have to stay close to your flock so you don't get lost. I had a fun time making the bird model. The first attempt was a little bit scuffed, but I really like how it turned out in the end. And you're about to see Marcel's storm effect come in here in a second, if he wants to talk on that at all.
Yeah, I liked how the storm turned out. Pretty simple effect to do. Also worked on implementing the music, which it took a lot of work to properly crossfade between different music tracks, including the ambient audio.
Another thing I relearned this jam was to color test on every available display you have, because the first time I saw this on my second monitor, I thought that it was way too saturated. I just did not heed the advice of more experienced artists before me of checking on multiple displays. But I think it still looks okay, even after the initial shock.
I wrote the music for this. Can you hear me, by the way?
We can indeed.
Okay, cool. I went for like more of a chamber music sound than like a big orchestra sound, so I used a bunch of libraries I didn't usually use. So that was kind of a fun challenge for this project.
Very awesome. Great work. It looks gorgeous. You guys did great.
Thank you. Thank you.
For everyone in chat, that was the bird emoji. I'm making an announcement in the GGO announcement for you guys to spam remote responses to. So let's get some emotes for the birds. Dagger and dagger. Awesome. Next up is Rolling On. Rolling On. Do you have anyone from Rolling On here?
Yep. Hopefully you can hear me A-okay.
Excellent. And anyone else from your team you want to speak up, feel free to shout out at any time. Twitch Tower Defense. Oh my gosh. Twitch Tower Defense, you're on queue next. Twitch Tower Defense, be ready to talk. Okay, Rolling On. You got the floor.
Alright. So this is a game that me and my partner, Matt McCord, made, and it's a 2D arcade top-down made for the Game Boy. And basically the premise of it is that you're a skater and you had this, that was the protagonist, and your friend sadly sort of passed away, which is basically like what you lost was your friend. And as you play through the game, your goal is basically find what you sort of lost, and sort of like I suppose is to find what your friend lost, and that's sort of the goal. And for the keys, you have left and right on the D-pad, and you have A to jump. And as you can see, you're going through the game. You can jump over sort of obstacles and such. And once you get sort of to the end, there's going to be like some sort of end cutscene that will sort of happen. And that's sort of what we have for our game.
This was built on actual Game Boy hardware.
Yes. So what we used was we used a development kit, which was called the Game Boy Development Kit, and it was programmed in C, and basically everything that we had to do, all the art sprites and everything, was we had to manually insert it one by one. Like, it was really tough because there isn't like any sort of like easy way to do it. Like, if you compare it to Unity or Unreal, there isn't really any good way to check it. And when you sort of have to check for everything, you manually have to sort of do it. Like, when you're moving sprites, you can only move them one by one. You have to move every single little sprite. There isn't like a real easy way to sort of do it all at once. And especially when you're making a Game Boy game, you have all this sort of hardware limitations. And what we come to find out is the more and more stuff you put, and the more and more stuff you don't actually research and sort of figure out what you can sort of put, the more faster and faster it starts to break on you. And that was one of the bigger issues, is when we started to include more than one song, more than a couple of sprites, everything just started to mess up really quickly, and we had to go and manually sort of like move something left and right. What was that?
I think Matt got an out-of-memory error at one point.
Yeah. And then you can sort of see that when you sort of load in the game, all the sprites, like everything just sort of crashes.
More than 1 point. Several points.
Awesome. Great work, everybody. That was, what was it called again? Rolling On.
Rolling On.
With the skateboard emoji. And GGO announcements, please give your skateboard emojis to Rolling On. Oh,
Yay.
Man. Is this Twitch? Is this the Twitch Tower Defense? I guess it didn't have a name on their game when we downloaded it.
Yeah, that's the name. Twitch TD.
Cool. I hope that your video is here. I'm about to go to the next slide.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
let's
cool.
see if
it is. Nope, it's not here. Could you move yourself to the bottom of the page? Oh, you are at the bottom of the page. There's two of you. There's one at grade 4 and one at 44. Cool. We're gonna skip over you here. We're gonna come back to you at the end of the jam, at the end of this presentation. This link's not working.
Gotcha.
And Andrew, real quick.
Yes, please.
So, because we're so popular this year, which is a great problem to have, it seems that our chatter here in the Discord is completely full.
Whoa!
And it's rejecting people.
Really? Because we're screen sharing, probably.
Because we're screen sharing. So that being said, there are some new viewing party channels right below this one. If you're not presenting today in the Discord, or if you've already presented and you wanted to move to one of those channels and then watch the stream on Twitch, that would be really nice of you. So that way we can get some other developers in here who are waiting to join the chatter.
Thank you so much, Brad. You can also talk over us in the viewing parties.
Yeah.
How great is that?
And use any of the if you're like wanting to break into smaller groups, use any of the voice chats. It'll be a free for all. You don't have to be in the viewing party
The
channels.
indie support group lets you make as many rooms as you want, so feel free to just go to indie support group and make more rooms. Heck yeah, what a great problem to have. What's our count right now? We're at
So
74.
leave. I'm just kidding.
74 plus 5, 79 and a bot. That's our current account for our Discord viewership. So yeah, Twitch is not here.
So the video didn't work?
What's that?
The video didn't work?
Yeah, because I downloaded this spreadsheet like 10 minutes ago, and you had not filled that in.
Okay.
So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to re-download the CSV again at the end of the presentation, so as long as anyone else who comes in last minute, and then we'll watch those. So next up is Ritsu and Mochi. Is Ritsu and Mochi's team here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fantastic. And then also after Ritsu and Mochi, we have the Fire Fiddler. Okay, Ritsu and Mochi, let's cue you up.
Just a little FYI, it is narrated.
It's also 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
I'm here too, by the way. I was on that team.
Please feel free to shout out anytime.
Me too.
The game is
I was narrated, so I'm going to turn it up.
The little boy Ritsu. Hello, welcome. This is a preview of Ritsu and Mochi. Currently we're at the title screen, and we are going... The game is finding schematics, so the little boy Ritsu and Mochi are together, watching an abandoned factory, or adventuring in an abandoned factory, solving some puzzles to find some schematics. It's a narrative story, so I hope you enjoy. Now let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go. This is updating. Ritsu, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mochi? So, just to chime in, this beginning part, it's a lot of just narrating. So if you'd like to lower, and if anyone else from the team wants to shout out, feel free to speak up. Ritsu, Mochi, you're back.
What is this art style? It's like
Mochi, did Mochi miss
like
something? Where are we?
It looks like claymation from this distance.
Ritsu.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, hi, I'm Audrey, and I worked as one of the artists. We had two artists, me and Reggie. I did, Reggie did all the modeling, and I did the VFX and shaders. And I also, like, did the environment layout. Like, I placed all the objects in the environment. Yeah, we're going for really clean, simple style because it's easy to make stuff like that really quick. Just like all the inorganic stuff, all part of them. They're exploring this factory, trying to recover the robot's lost functionality, Mochi's lost functionality. And so we just wanted to do a simple, like, inorganic stuff is gray, organic stuff is green, just to keep it simple.
Let's go ahead and not talk with the narrative, and let's actually start trying to play the game. But the game is, as you can tell from this screen, we go to a console and we queue up some commands for Mochi, so Mochi could move. And so we're gonna queue up some random commands here, and the idea is Mochi will execute the queued commands, and if Mochi ever gets stuck, we could respawn him, as you can see here, and he will do what the queued commands do. And so Ritsu and Mochi, go ahead and continue a series of puzzles. We have some buttons layout, as you can see at the top left of the screen, those red squares. But the artist did a phenomenal job, and this is what the game's all about. It's Ritsu and Mochi going through a series of puzzles and getting it done. The end of the narrative is Ritsu.
So, as you can see, the core mechanic of our game is to program our robot Mochi to perform various actions. To do that, you bring up, you go to these primers. Oh, it's over.
You have 5 seconds. I'm sorry, the video is 3 minutes 15.
Yeah, you click commands, and it goes based on those commands.
Awesome. That was, what was it? Ritsu and Mochi? Ritsu and Mochi, that they're robot emoji in our GGO chat. Please give them some love. And Discord, by the way, the robot face is blue, so heads up. Next up, we have the Fire Fiddler. Anyone from Fire Fiddler here? Anybody from Fire Fiddler? On cue, we have Catnip Fever. We might just watch Fire Fiddler a la carte.
Hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't find my face to unmute myself. I'm
There's
here.
too many faces here.
I'm sorry, it's a really long list.
It is. Okay, you ready to give some gab?
Yeah, absolutely. We have some beautiful music, so make sure to turn it up.
Cranking it.
Alright, great. So, yeah, hey everyone. We made Fire Fiddler. A quick note to start. We're completely aware that banjo players are not referred to as fiddlers, but we really like the alliteration of it all, and we hope we have not offended any musicians. So in Fire Fiddler, you are a sentient flame who wants to light the way for some moth friends. The problem is that the moth friends like him back way too much, so our little flame must dodge them as he guides them to safety. Our musician was Nick Carver. He and I worked together on the Seattle Indies Slow Jam, and we share a love of Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack, so we're really excited to work together again. Nicole Yasmin was our sound designer. She and Nick worked really hard together to create some pretty powerful vibes, as you can see. We're kind of shooting for a mix of spooky and cozy. It gets darker, as you can see. Everything that's outside of your little light will slowly become blacker and blacker, which makes it harder to find out where you are going and if you are jumping to your death in some fire. And Tia Bennett was our artist. She has previously only worked on concept art, so we're really, really proud of her work. This seems like her, I don't know, 20th game jam instead of her first. We just can't get enough of that cute little guy in overalls. And I was the programmer. You may notice how incredibly simple our gameplay is. And I just really wanted to showcase what cool sound design and art we had. We just love this little world, and we were content just to have a little guy hopping around in it. I think the gameplay of trying to sort of escort while also dodging the moths is really fun, and the sort of darkness as your timer I also thought was a pretty interesting mechanic. But we had one first-time jammer, one second-time jammer, and a whole lot of fun. Oh, and it was my first time leading a team, so I didn't screw it up. Woo!
Not at all. Thank you so much. That was Fire Fiddler. They are the
That's
fire
it.
emoji.
That's that's all I have to say.
Fire Fiddler, thank you so much. Next up is Catnip Fever. Anybody from Catnip Fever here on cue? After Catnip Fever, we're gonna have Found a Friend. If you are somebody from Found a Friend, get in the call.
And in case you're talking, you're muted, Andrew.
I did not realize I was muted. Thank you.
Oh, they're not plugged in.
Yeah, we have Catnip Fever on cue right now. Coming up next, we have Found a Friend. Found a Friend. If you are in the call, be ready for our next call. Hello.
Oh, hi. Let me pause. Let me turn off the audio on Twitch. Hold on. Hi, I'm sorry. I was scrambling to get my headphones in. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Are you and your team ready to talk?
Yep.
You have 3 minutes.
Yes, I'm not sure if anyone else is here, but you can go ahead and play the video because we pre-recorded our audio.
I'm gonna play
Oh,
twice,
Evan's here.
'cause you
Okay.
got 3 minutes. So talk until you're done, and then just say you're done.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Global Game Jam 2021. Thank you. This is Catnip Fever. Our jam this year is brought to you by Evan. Yeah, sorry, it's the audio is really low. Myra, Andrew, Honda, and Matthew. Oh well, I mean, we could just talk about it.
You can tell you about it, please.
Stray bag of catnip into the town. Yeah, so the game is called Catnip Fever, and it's about a little frog who has to return these cats. So the cats get pulled out of their homes by a bag of catnip that drops off of a truck, and they start wandering around town. Your job as a civic, your civic duty is to pick up the cats and return them to their proper homes, so they match by color. while you're trying to return all of your neighbors' cats here, there's many obstacles like cars and bicycles, soccer balls, and mysterious flying watermelons who shoot seeds at you. So anytime you have a cat in your hand, if you get hit by a flying obstacle or a moving obstacle, you will drop your cat and have to pick it back up again. So it's very much so like a bullet hell. It increases in difficulty as the timer goes.
More like a
and
ball
I
in
think
hell.
Our team. I know there's a lot of soccer balls, but I think our team's high score right now is 7.
You guys can beat 7. Report to Honda.
It's all about how many you can grab before the watermelons start.
Do you guys have any retrospective thoughts? What went well? What didn't go well?
GitHub did not go well this time.
Oh.
It's tough to get Git and Unity to play together nicely, for sure. Getting a workflow that you're familiar with is like a huge leg up in this context.
Awesome. That was Catnip Fever. You can vote for them with the cat heart emoji on our GGO announcements post. Next.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thanks.
Next up is Found a Friend. Anybody from Found a Friend here?
Yeah, hello.
Hello. After Found a Friend, we're going to have Lost and Fishing. If you're lost and fishing, get in this call. Okay, Found a Friend, it's up to you.
I'll let this play for a few seconds. This game is a 3D walking simulator narrative-driven game. The team is me, and I also had some help from my partner. One of the big challenges about doing this game was faced realization that I have to produce everything, all the assets, and so I decided to abstract the art style into this like sort of pastel, lightly colored style, and so it would match the crude drawings that I put in, and I could hide the fact that all the models I took online. So this is a little game about finding your friend. I apologize that you might have to split your attention between myself and the game, because since this is a narrative game, you have to kind of really pay attention to the game. So I encourage you to give it a try afterwards. And things that went well, I'm really happy with how I managed to manage my time and finish the game. I didn't feel like I lost a lot of sleep, which is pretty unusual for a game jam.
Very admirable.
And I'm mostly happy with how the game turned out as a piece. I do wish that there was more. There was more to it. But yeah, it's a very short game. I'll let this last bit play out on its own. Oh yeah, so at the end it's revealed that your friend didn't actually like you and left forever. Game.
That made me feel
thanks
something.
for watching.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing. That was Found a Friend. Found a Friend. Check it out on Global Game Jam. And the Apple emoji, you can vote for it with the Apple emoji on our Discord post. Next up, Lost and Fishing. Anybody from Lost and Fishing here?
Yes, a couple of us are here. You can go ahead and play the video first.
Excellent. Before I cue you off, I'm going to cue up our next person, Zombie Key. Zombie Key, if you are here, if you're hearing this, get in here. We're having
I'm
you
here.
up next. Excellent, excellent. Lost in Fishing, you're up first. 3 minutes, go.
Oh, well, I guess I'll be speaking for this fishing game since I made it, and I guess... So this game, Lost in Fishing, is a simple fishing game where, you know, this fisherman's given the task to discover magical stones hidden in waters across the land. You basically need to adventure to mysterious locations around the world to collect all the stones and some fish, of course, to find your way back home. We've kind of, I guess, spent 2 days. I guess a lot of the challenges were in, I guess, getting the animations working. We had some great fisherman artwork done, and I guess other things like, you know, having a teleportation stones to, you know, get back home. Learned a lot from making this. Sorry, I didn't really have a lot prepared for I guess, just talking about the game, but yeah.
Thank you so much. That was Lost and Fishing with the fish emoji on our Discord post to give your support to our friends from Lost and Fishing. Next up is Zombie Key, who put multiple emojis in.
Actually, just one, but it came out as, like, for some reason, I think I used some extended emoji that's not in, like, it's a real emoji.
Like, this is how they present it if they don't have it yet, if they don't have the...
Yeah, because I think there was, like, they did, like, color code emojis, so you could have, like, different, like, sub-variants of emoji, and so I didn't realize I needed to be on an early spec of the emoji spec.
Well, the next person after you, Where's My Keys, where my keys getting this call, they've also put multiple emojis in because they saw you doing it, or they thought you doing it. So Where's My Keys is definitely a multi-emojier. Zombie Keys.
Just in case you thought I wasn't sewing enough chaos into this process, I also put a comment at the end of my YouTube video, which hopefully does not crash your script.
Let's do this. Oh, you did indeed put a comment. Alas. Cool. What we're going to do is I'm actually just going to copy and paste that video in, and we'll watch it like this then.
Sure.
Because we have it here and everything. Okay. Everyone, please enjoy.
In Zombie Key, you play an angel who must collect 5 important keys during the end of days. The only thing stopping you is a horde of hungry zombies. As soon as they nom you, it's game over. Initially, it's easy to find these lost keys as they're the only thing on the map that isn't a zombie or you. But on later levels, additional junk is piled onto the ground that looks kinda like the keys, but not quite. This can make finding the keys difficult, especially since you'll have to do so while managing the position of the zombie horde. As levels progress, the difficulty only increases as the zombies are faster and the junk is more plentiful. My personal top score is reaching level 5. The game was written in C++, and the entire thing fits in 35 kilobytes, which means every frame of this video file is larger than the entire game. You may wonder why I chose C++ given the time constraints of a game jam. I would also like to know the answer to this question. Also, because the game uses Windows console input, there are some unplanned but fun moment-to-moment choices for movement. You can tap the arrow keys repeatedly for more initial speed and the ability to change direction quickly, though this gives you less overall speed. Or alternatively, you can hold down a single arrow key, which almost feels like Windows is charging up your movement speed at the cost of a delayed run. Yeah, you can probably choose this via the Windows control panel, but I actually really liked the default keyboard settings. While playing the game, I found a number of tense situations with zombies coming so close to getting me, while I had to make some conscious decisions about my movement. It's a simple, engaging element that was entirely unplanned. In other unplanned features, the game also includes a surprise ending. The surprise ending is that when you quit, the game crashes. If you'd like to play this game, you'll have to find it first. As a second part of the Lost and Found theme for this jam, I'm planning to hide this game somewhere in future. Getting that hiding spot will take some time though, so more details on that in a future video. In the meantime, you can check out all my games on my website. Have fun!
Oh, way to tease us with
default keyboard
some
settings.
extra.
While playing the game,
you
I
have
found
one
a
more minute.
number of
Do you share any retrospective thoughts on the project?
I don't know that I have any. I will say thank you for the this narration is great comment, Jaden. Appreciate that. and also apologies to Bradifer for I want this game and then immediately being like, you can't have it.
This was a zombie key with the female zombie emoji question mark. UTF-8 has yet to catch up.
I don't even remember what I originally put for the emoji, but it's the one with the zombie.
Yeah, let's put a zombie on the Discord post. Next up is Where's My Keys? Is anyone from Where's My Keys here in chat so we can?
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Yo. This is Brandon here.
Hello.
I'm one of the artists here. Worked on Where's My Keys?
Excellent. We're gonna have you talk over your video. Next up after this is Gold Retriever. Gold Retriever. If you're not in this call, get in this call. You're up next. Where's My Keys? You got 3 minutes. Here we go.
There we go. So howdy. My name is Brandon. I'm one of the artists that worked on Where's My Keys? And we were a six-person team that we wanted to like form a game around the idea of, I mean, we've had a lot of personal experiences where like we're missing like a pair of keys or like a cell phone somewhere like in your house or your apartment. Yeah, right. And like there's this feeling of this we wanted to like just tear up the entire like space to just find like it's gotta be around here somewhere, right? Like, and we wanted to kind of give like a kind of frenetic, like energetic power fantasy of just like going through your space and just tearing everything apart, trying to find just this tiny little insignificant, tiny important object. And so like we tried, so more or less like we focus a lot on making this very physics based. This was a very let physics take the wheel kind of game. We tried to like fill it as best as we could with like a lot of dense like objects to try to like essentially make this place look as ruined as possible by the end of a run. So like we had prototypes it early on, like oh there it is, oh hey, so then you can grab the keys, you run into the door, and then it kind of shows this sort of top-down view of like all the mess you have caused. Yeah, so like there's a lot of this, there's a lot of like fun with Unity physics as we were making this game, yeah, like it was a lot of
performing this and recording this okay?
yeah.
The anger's not a really real place.
I believe Zach, one of the other artists on the project, he's okay after recording this video. Everything's okay.
I managed to carry on.
You're holding out for us. I love the art style. The flat colors look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like retrospective-y kind of things. We had a lot of fun like brainstorming like things that you could shatter, like expensive stuff that like you don't care, like we talked about, like, oh, what if there was like a priceless artifact in this thing or this big flat screen TV? Oh, who cares? Just toss it over. Oh, there's the keys, like, and finding the keys in places that were like really silly. So like the keys can be found sometimes in like I don't know, behind a box, but sometimes it can be found like in an oven or refrigerator, like, because I always hear stories like that of like somehow someone left their cell phone in the fridge and like it just we wanted to like, you know, connect it to that. But yeah, this is Where's My Key? Sorry. Where's My Keys?
Thank you. Proper punctuation.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, if you guys liked Where's My Keys, then do vote for them. Do drop your support in the Discord post. Next up is Gold Retriever. Do we have anyone from Gold Retriever in the call?
We do have someone from Gold Retriever in the call. Let me find him.
Oh, they're not here currently?
No, this is me.
Okay, fantastic. After Gold Retriever, we're doing Weapon of Choice. Weapon of Choice, if you're not currently in the call, get in the call.
We're here.
Excellent. A heads up, the way I'm doing this, if your video's not 3 minutes, I do some quick maths and I go backwards in the video until it would be 3 minutes to loop it again. And then I'll just keep talking until I go back to this title, or you feel that you've said all you need to say.
I appreciate the hot tip. I'm going to use it. It's like a 2-minute long video of just some gameplay. So let's do this sucker.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Oh, you're exactly
going.
You're fine.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, this music, Shaquille Khan. I'm gonna go down the list of the credits that you see right there. Yep. Basically, Gold Retriever is a 2-player first-person treasure hunt. Okay, where one player shoots a cannon with a dog bone in it, and the second one looks for that dog bone based on that clue photo in the top right of the moment right before the dog bone landed. And then you find the bone, and then you reverse. And the second player does the same thing, and then there's some scores with numbers at the end, and you look at them and see who has the highest one. It's a brilliant little idea, we think. How we got there is pretty funny. We said, like, lost and found. Okay, what's that? Like, how do you forget where things are as a game mechanic? So we were like, oh, okay, Shaquille comes up with this great idea where a dog buries his bone and forgets. Duh, of course, that happens all the time. And so we bury a bone in one angle and we find it in another was our sort of game concept. And we thought that would make for an easy 2-player thing, and here we are. And then we made it a little ridiculous with the dog pirate stuff. Just a call out to all of the dope teammates. There's 5 of us. Russ Sister was the single and only artist on the entire project. Modeled and textured all of the 3D models, all the 2D stuff, the cute ass dogs. Basically made the entire like aesthetic vibe. So congratulations to Russ, like huge weight to lift. We have Bobby Mills was our programmer, but more our producer, just keeping us like on task and like put in all the numbers stuff, all the score systems and the spinning numbers. Then we have Shaquille Raiden Khan, wish him a happy birthday. It's his birthday today. He like planted the seed for the game idea and then programmed a whole bunch of stuff and was able to keep us on scope because of that. It was like super great to have somebody who was a guru of Unity, and that was him. Also, like, the cannon is amazing. Just watching a bone fly out through the air and just watching it torque all around. Hilarious. Just hilarious to us. And just another call out, the music is his. He made that. We have Boaz Hevron, who is our another gameplay designer. He was sort of like the guy who kept us all together and said, remember, we need to finish the game at some point. And so the whole thing is there because of that. He and Bobby also did the photo from like 0 to 100. They learned how to do the whole thing, and it sounded really hard, and we were going to cut it, and then they made it work. And then I'm Jake Schillen. I was like, I don't know, I did stuff. I produced it, I designed it, I made jokes, I made the island. Super proud. Yeah, like our game is just this like cute pirate doggo game. What are you going to do? Okay. How much more time do I have, Andrew?
You have 20 seconds.
Dude, I love 20 seconds. So the bad stuff was that everybody should leave their day 3 for big, huge game-breaking GitHub errors. That's like number 1. Virtual is also super hard. And there are a bunch of hidden mechanics that we never explained. But the good stuff is that there's a bunch of hidden mechanics to find. And that, you know, silly game ideas make really good silly game ideas.
Awesome. That was Gold Retriever. Our first multiplayer game today, I think, right? Gold Retriever.
I'll say so.
You can give your support and love for Gold Retriever. In our Discord post. It is the dog emoji. Unfortunately, the dog in Discord's not a golden like retriever dog. It's just a
no.
It's like a brown.
Took me a while to find that one.
We appreciate you hunting it out.
Yeah.
Weapon of choice. We have someone from Weapon of Choice here in the call.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a couple of us here.
Excellent. After Weapon of Choice, we have Lost Flowers. Lost Flowers. If you're not currently in the call, get in the call. We'll have you up on queue next. Weapon of Choice, you got 3 minutes. Here we go.
Great. Yeah, so the idea for our game was that you have a player that starts in a room, and there's a couple of chests around the room, and one of those chests contains a weapon. And you know, you have a certain amount of time to get to the chest before enemies start appearing in the screen that you have to defeat in order to win the level. So I think it was a lot of learning experience for the whole team. I think everybody on the team, this was their first game jam. I think there was only one person who had done a previous game jam. But yeah, I think it was definitely a learning experience. I was the programmer on the team. We did it in libgdx, which I had done a little bit in libgdx before this. But I hadn't used Tiled, which we used as the level design. And so there's.
I was the level designer, and I just want to pat myself on the back because we have barfing slimes and we have lava.
Yes, and the barfing slime was the last. I think the last thing I did today, which was we should generate the guys on the screen, but clearly didn't get to what was intended there. Definitely kudos to, we had 2 artists on the team. Sky did the animation and the character, and then Caleb did all the environment assets. And then we
there
had
actually is some pretty amazing music done by FuzzLab
as well. Yeah, so there was 6 of us on the team. I think we've named everybody except Jared did the story, but yeah.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
That was Weapon of Choice. Weapon of Choice has the 2 crossed swords. You can give your love and support to Weapon of Choice with the 2 crossed swords in Discord.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up is Lost Flowers. Lost Flowers. Do you have anyone from Lost Flowers here in the call?
I'm here.
Excellent. After Lost Flowers, we have Where's the Drip? Where's the Drip? You're on next. If you're not here in the call, get in the call. As a heads up, near the end of the presentation, we have 2 games that have not yet uploaded video. We're going to have to cut you from the presentation if you don't get your video in soon. That is Lust and Found and Who I Am. If you haven't yet, go to the spreadsheet, put your game in. Okay, Lost Flowers, you're up now.
Hi, so our game is a twin-stick shooter with a bit of a focus on stealth. Your goal is to find the plant and retrieve it and escape. I'll mostly let it speak for itself, but this was a really fun jam.
Do you want me to skip to a certain point?
The first bit is actually the best part. So just
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Our last 2 levels kind of didn't work very well. But yeah, this was 5 of us. This was myself as the programmer, Gremlin Grenade as the designer, Silpho as the artist, as well as Vira Stuper doing texture painting, and Ty doing audio. The Audio Guild Ty himself.
Hello, Ty of the Audio Guild.
Which you probably, I don't know if you can hear the music very well. It came through kind of quiet in the video, but the music is excellent. I love the music that he came up with for us. But yeah, this was a fun game jam, especially considering that I was the only programmer and I'm not exactly a very skilled programmer. So I just did my best with Unreal and blueprints and all that. This is all blueprint only, by the way. There's no code in this at all.
Wow, really?
Yeah, not a single line of code, not one. This is all just the Unreal blueprint scripting language. But yeah, it's pretty much just a twin-stick stealth shooter. Relatively straightforward. We didn't want to go too, out there or artsy with our idea. We just wanted to make a proven concept for a game, you know? The big, gimmick, I guess you could say, is the door switching. That there are blue and red doors that you switch between to navigate the level. And you have a trigger, or the left trigger will toggle between which group of doors is open at any given time, basically.
Do you have any retrospective thoughts of what went well and what you could have done better, or you'll do better next time?
Yeah, one thing that definitely went very well that I'm very happy with, that I highly recommend to anyone else using Unreal, for the sake of source control, we broke up all of our stuff into sub-levels inside of the main level, which meant that, for example, the designer could work on the gray box, and it would just show up in the sub-level without any merge conflicts or anything like that. So it was the smoothest by far we've ever had for version control. We didn't really have any conflicts at all because of that setup. So all the audio triggers and such, they're on their own sub-level so that the audio guy can go in and edit those manually without having to have any conflicts on the main map and anything like that. As far as what we could have done better, a lot of things. Yeah, it's hard to pick just one thing. I kind of wish we could have found a better way to utilize the dash mechanic. That's probably the big thing that personally I wish we could have done, but it just kind of is there.
Yeah. Any final words you got in your last 10 seconds?
Yeah, pretty much just what I said. We had a lot of fun, learned a lot, and it was great.
Awesome.
I want to do it again next year.
Thank you so much, Lost Flowers. Lost Flowers, you can give your love and support to Lost Flowers with the flower emoji. Thank you so much. Next up is Where's the Drip? Anyone from Where's the Drip here on the call?
Yep.
Hey. Where's the drip? After Where's the Drip is Bunny Boomers. Bunny Boomers, you're on queue. If you're not clearing the call, get in the call. Okay.
We're here.
Excellent. Here, Where's the Drip? You got the phone.
Oh.
It's a private video.
Can you check the updated link in the doc real quick? I think that one might work.
Yeah, I'll jump us over. There you go.
Cool. So this is actually our first Unreal Engine 4 game, so it kind of had some learning difficulties, which was part of the did not go well. Kind of was doing tutorials the first day, and was just laying down the tracks in front of the train that second day. But what did go well is with like the UFO model came out really well. It's just 2 spheres, or 1 oval, 1 sphere, and then just with the default level and the default skybox, and I was able to like make a day-night cycle. And I also we had some physics problems and just kind of learning how Unreal works with that. But the objective of the game is to get these 3 green objects around the map, and the track suck them up into your UFO, and then you get 1 point for each of them. Once you hit 3 points, you will have found all of your drip. We weren't able to incorporate too much of story or like the meme that we base around a lot of this game around into the game, unfortunately, but it's there in the project files. And I'll call out everyone that worked on this. Me as a programmer, Jerry, Min, John, Noah, and Brendan. And then I think this is actually the first project I worked on with my roommate Jerry. So it's very nice to actually be able to be in person and just walk around or just walk over and see the screen, even though everyone else had to be virtual. And then of course we had Git issues, which being next to other people made it a lot easier to fix those.
I remember you guys went into this project specifically to test out this new engine together, which I think is very cool. Goodbye, world.
And then there's no gravity on this ship, so if any force gets applied to you to move upwards, you're...
People need him. Nice. That was Where's the Drip? If you guys want to support Where's the Drip, give them your love. They are the sweat emoji. Is that sweat? Tears?
Why waste 100 nights testing a mattress? Head into
Stop.
Ashley Home Store.
Stop! Next up is Bunny Boomers. Anyone from Bunny Boomers here? I think we heard from you a second ago.
Yep, we're here.
Fantastic. And then after Bunny Boomers, we have Farm Alarm. Farm Alarm, if you're on queue, if you're not in the call, get in the call. We'll hear from you in a second. Okay, Bunny Boomers, you got the floor.
All right, you can probably just skip a few seconds into the video. It's a little bit long.
Okay, I got to open up the
yeah.
There you go.
There, skip a few seconds.
Sure.
Or like go like 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
Yeah. Oh, there. Yes, we can go here.
Okay.
All right. So this is our game, Bunny Boomers. My name is Tom, and with me in the chat is Amy and Andre. And this is our game, Bunny Boomers. So what a game essentially is, it's a game where you have to go and protect your bunnies by going around trying to find all the mines. So there are audio and a little bit of visual cues within the world that will help you go and disarm mines. And if you disable mines, you put on a flab. And you have to watch out for the bunnies so that you don't land in the mine, or else they die like that. And then they die, and then eventually they'll turn into a ghost. Oh, and there's also the Wilhelm screen. So yeah, you got to go around and disable all the mines and protect the bunnies. So the main challenge of this game was that this was the first time that all of us were working with Unreal Engine. So we basically wanted to try something new, and we did that. Unfortunately, we didn't really have enough time to go through all the documentation for C++ and whatnot, so we decided to do the entire game in blueprints. However, we ran into a bit of an issue since we had like a pretty decently sized team. And the issue was that with blueprints, because Unreal stores it as a binary file and you want to share it on Git, if you have a merge conflict, you're pretty much overwrite each other's work. So we basically had to coordinate with each other
became a meme when someone in the call said, "Oh, I'm about to push," because there was like a collective groan when we think about all the merge conflicts we were about to face. Yeah. So hi, I'm Amy. I'm an engineer on the team. I think I just wanted to mention that we had like just the right of distribution of talent in the team. It felt like we might have had like too much art for David to do, but honestly, everyone picked up the engine quickly and naturally owned a piece of the game. From Tom and the Mind Spawning, Andre on Rabbit AI. Shout out to Ricky Rumba for the amazing music. By the way, all the music, all the sounds in the game you hear right now, Ricky Rumba made them, and he's a DJ, so pretty awesome. Naum did all the gameplay mechanics. Ed kept our Kanban board organized. I did collision mechanics, some UI, VFX, some concept art. Yeah, so we had like a lot of programming talent and art and music, and so I think it was like a really well-formed team, even though it felt like, wow, 7 people, right? Like, how are we gonna get it together? So, yeah, it was like a sensory masterpiece.
A lot of fun. It was like my first experience with visual programming languages, and it was definitely like a big thing that I really wanted to learn.
Heck yeah, you guys did great work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of the team. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
So I'm gonna fade a second. If you guys want to watch the rest of the video, it's in the Google Sheets. That was Bunny Boomers. Bunny Boomers, give the adorable bunny emoji on Discord to give me your love and support. Thank you so much, guys. Next up is Farm Alarm. Farm Alarm, are you here?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nice. After Farm Alarm, we have Operation Tamagotchi. Operation Tamagotchi, you're on queue, you're on next. If you're not in the call yet, get in the call. Okay, Farm Alarm, the floor is yours.
Sweet. This is Farm Alarm. I'm Dan. I did some of the visuals, low poly stuff, a little bit of the dev, some of the music and sounds. We had also Caleb doing some dev, Nick doing some dev, Charles doing a bunch of dev. This was his first game jam, right, Charles? Oh yeah, first game jam. It was very stressful. And we had Ian doing some sound and graphic work, Griffin, Katie, and Kyle. So it was a lot of people on the team. The biggest challenge that we faced originally. So this basically is the idea that you need to. Your animals are running around constantly, just basically trying to escape from their pens. You just need to pick them up and bring them back. The biggest challenge we had was kind of like narrowing the scope down. We had some really cool, complex ideas for where the animals would go and maybe some sub-objectives, but obviously as the jam was progressing, those ambitions started narrowing down to, okay, these things should just start running around kind of chaotically. So,
retrospective thoughts? I looped the video once more for retrospective thoughts.
Yeah, can I throw some in there? This is my first game jam, and man, it was obviously super stressed, but I just love working as a team. Like I've always found as like an individual, finding a team of creative people to work with is difficult, and that was good. We ran into a few Get challenges. We were trying to merge scenes from Unity, but overall, everyone kind of learned new things from each other, and we had a chance to really, to really like whenever something needed to be done, everyone's like, well, I'll try that. I'll get in and do that. And so it's just a great collaboration. I think we each picked up a new thing. And the cool thing about these models is like everything except like fences was all kind of like modeled during the jam. That was kind of cool to watch, like basically watching like speed modeling in real time with no cuts. So we're sharing everything. And then, do we have anyone else from the team who wanted to chime in? That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting this together. Thanks for joining us for the gym. That was
Thank you.
Farm Alarm. Farm Alarm with the chicken emoji. Give the chicken emoji in both Twitch chat and Discord for your love and support. Next up is Operation Tamagotchi, which when I downloaded the CSV, they did not have an emoji, but it is a plane.
Oh, it's a plane.
It's a plane. So we have Operation Tamagotchi. Next up after Operation Tamagotchi is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer, if you're not in the call, get in the call. You're on queue after Operation Tamagotchi. You have the call. excited to see this one.
So, I think you've kind of seen the general idea of the game here. All the work really speaks for itself. Really super proud of the artwork and the music and the sound effects and, of course, all my physics stuff.
Looks incredibly polished, dude.
Yeah, we did the slow jam version, so we've been working since the 27th, whenever that was.
96-hour game jam. You must be tired.
Yeah, there's. I like the slow jam though. I think we all really enjoyed the lower immediate time pressure. We had time to sleep on it and make iterations.
What do you mean people need sleep?
I slept. I got a lot of sleep.
Awesome. What do you guys build this in?
Unity.
Anything you do differently next time?
As far as like the technical side for creating balance in the gameplay, I made it just finicky enough that it was really hard to make the levels a good balance. Like my team couldn't even beat the first iteration of level difficulties once I got it to them. I was the sole developer, so I did source control, but only for myself. That made it easy. Donovan picked a palette really early on. I think that really just kind of made all the difference, just like knowing exactly what colors we were going to have. Working with multiple artists. Blue did the backgrounds and some animations, and Donovan did the items, but they just meshed so perfectly. And the people. So really successful jam. Definitely, we wanted to get to Hitler. We definitely missed some of the. Didn't get to everything, but really.
We can call those stretch goals.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was there a
For
Michael
next
Jackson
week.
object? We're gonna do Michael Jackson too.
What?
We're gonna do Michael Jackson and others.
That was Operation Tamagotchi. Everyone give your love in both chat and on Discord with the plain emoji. I know you can't see it here, but that was Operation Tamagotchi. Next up is Peer-to-Peer with this creepy heckin' emoji.
It's a pair of people.
Yeah. Creepy people.
That creepy.
Who's
There's
next?
two of them.
It's a JoJo stand.
Oh. After
It is not a JoJo stand. So we're the people who made peer-to-peer.
We have.
We're not just random people
after
talking.
Peer-to-peer, we have first unheard message. First unheard message. If you're not in the call, get in the call. We'll have you after this. Okay. You guys can go ahead and start your yab.
All right.
Oh. These things happen. Let me just pull up the video over here.
Okay, yeah, it should work. There you are. So we have little games about these little robots here. So we said Lost and Found. We've said how about we have two people, they're lost in this factory thing, they're trying to find each other. So it's a little puzzle platformer, there's some spikes there, they kill you. And then the main mechanic we've got is that if you press these buttons, it changes the color of the walls, and then that makes things of the same color disappear. And also you've got these got gravity switches, so you can switch gravity because why not? So the main mechanic we've got here is that this is split screen. You do control both of the characters at the same time, and sometimes you do need to control them simultaneously. It is actually a lot harder than it sounds, because it turns out that people are not very good at doing two things at the same time. So we've got these boxes, and then we've got we've got these switches, and there was going to be some other things, but we didn't quite get around to it. So we've got 4 easy levels and then 1 hard level, and then yes, that's what we have.
Is there anything you'd like to do next time?
Well, we wanted to make more levels.
Yeah. Alright, just jumping in here. When we did the initial planning, on the first night, we I guess this tends to happen, but we were way too ambitious in terms of what we wanted to get done.
Classic.
Yeah, and then within the last
maybe 8 to 10 hours. We're like, ah, shit, we gotta actually submit something. So yeah, definitely a lot of things that would have been nice to add.
So this was peer-to-peer, yeah?
Peer-to-peer, yeah.
It is the two persons emoji? Is that what that is?
I'm not sure what it's actually called in Discord. I just like looked up.
They're nice and gray, which I like. It matches your robots.
It's Busts in Silhouette is what it's called.
Bust in Silhouette. Drop Bust in Silhouette in Twitch chat and Discord to show your support and love for peer-to-peer. Awesome. I hope you guys, I wish you the best. Next up is First Unheard Message. First Unheard Message, are you in the call?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, we are.
After you guys is Was It Worth It? Was it worth it? If you're not in the call, get in the call. You're after these guys. Okay.
So our video is self-explanatory, so you can just crank the audio and we'll be good.
First Unheard Message by Andy, Wyatt, and Samia.
Actually, scratch that. That's way too quiet. I'll just do the commentary. Hello, this is First Unheard Message. It is a point-and-click style mystery adventure game thing. It takes place in one room that you pan around. Yeah, my thought at the start is that you're in a swivel chair, so that's why if you pan all the way to the left, you go back to where you are on the right. The main interactable element is this phone on the wall, and like that's where most of the story happens. You dial different numbers and you check your voicemail. So like at the start of the game, you check your voicemail, which hints at where the first story thing is. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go to the first voicemail, and we get this weird message from this guy named Carl. He says we should call extension 222, so we're going to do that. So we have to hang up and pick up the phone again. Of course, very realistic. We're calling her. She's selling supplements, which is I'm sure very legit and not a pyramid scheme or an MLM. So we're gonna ask if she knows Carl. She doesn't seem to know Carl. That's a little bit weird because Carl seemed very distressed. So we're gonna tell her that we think Carl's in trouble. She doesn't really have a response for us, but she's gonna say that we should go call 221. So that's kind of what the game is. We just keep on getting new numbers to call and new people to talk to, and that this mystery unfolds as we go. Andy, do you have anything?
Well, we're about to show the note system as you find different clues. You get sticky notes unlocked on the board to keep track of like phone numbers and little bits of information you get. So yeah, these just keep piling up as you go through the conversations, and then as we go over here, we'll see the bit that I mostly worked on was this puzzle board, where you can pick up these pieces as you get every single note or clue you pick up. You unlock a different piece, and those you have to fill in the puzzle with the correct pieces.
Oh.
Yes, and you like you can pick them up, rotate them around, and try to like figure out the pieces that go together to match the puzzle. There's 3 of these puzzles.
They all go in?
That's the game.
No, not all of them.
Ah.
So there's some clues that aren't actually related to the solving. They don't all go together conceptually. So they're like you have to like figure out which clues match together to solve the puzzle.
But she does direct us to Deb at extension 221.
And so like for example, in the last one, there's only a couple of clues that are actually correct ones to figure out the last puzzle. So you have to.
Anything you do differently next time?
Pursuing a very narrative-driven thing is great if you have a writer who's good at writing stories. Unfortunately, this was like no one on our team writing was our particular forte, so this was it's quite challenging, like getting all the pieces together and actually like having a story arc that was interesting and a mystery to solve. Also, the giant R symbol that shows up here in the video is for a joke that I make in my commentary here about the fact that these look like Tetris pieces, but we're not allowed to call them that. So that's what that's about, if you were wondering.
I appreciate the full video editing you did to inject that joke.
Yeah. I made this video in 5 minutes. It's great.
Oh man, this was First Unheard Message. It is the phone emoji. Please drop this in Twitch chat and Discord to share your love and support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Next up is Was It Worth It? With the Interrobang.
Hello?
Hello. It was you.
It was me.
All along. After Was It Worth It is Surfing Dino Plunder. Surfing Dino Plunder, you're next after Was It Worth It? The biggest emotional whiplash we're going to have all night.
I don't know about that.
The full 3 minutes, Ed.
I could only hope.
So yeah, hope everybody had a great jam. This is our game. It's a game about working on your passion project. You're in an apartment. You can go, go to your fridge and eat stuff or whatever. But the thing you really want to do is go work on your project. So you're gonna go and like walk over to your computer and then start typing. We implemented this as just like you mash any key and then text appears on the screen. Unfortunately, while you're working on it, you're assaulted by these negative thoughts, and they won't just stay in your head. They manifest as these physical text objects which you can throw around because you can't be bothered by these thoughts right now. You're working on your passion project, so you just grab them and toss them to the side where you can ignore them and just keep working on the project, because getting stuff done is probably more important than calling your parents or whatever, right? And to be clear, that is a joke. Please call your parents, folks. So this game is you can see it's kind of artsy, which I don't need to make an excuse for, but I do kind of feel the need to, because I usually make real gamey games, and this is pretty outside my wheelhouse. But I don't know, this time I just felt like making something a little bit more personal. I wanted to express that feeling that at least I get when I'm working alone on something, and it's just like not turning out how I want, and I'm like, why am I even doing this? But I keep working on it because it's my passion, right? Like, I'm going to work on my passion project. It's supposed to be the thing I want to work on, so I just keep working on it. And sometimes I feel like I grind myself to dust against that. So as far as how this relates to the theme, I guess there's a pretty strong correlation to the lost part, right? Because the person's clearly getting pretty lost. The found part happens off screen. I don't actually include that as part of the game. But, at least for me, I'm very, very lucky that I have some great friends to keep me anchored when I start getting this way. Somehow they always dig me out of the hole I get into. So that's the found part. Huge shout out to all of you. You know who you are. I did the programming, and Colin, who couldn't make it to the presentation, did the sound design and sound integration. For the art, I pulled an asset and modified it because both of us suck at art. That's the game. Appreciate it. Dude. What's that? Oh yeah, that's
destroying me.
Yeah, very accurate representation of scope right there.
If you guys want to see how this ends, do check it out on Global Game Jam.
Yeah, no need to finish off the video.
This was it worth it? Was it worth it with the Interrobang? Drop the Interrobang in Discord and Twitch to give your support to poor Ed.
Well, good. I'm fine. Don't worry, folks.
Next up is Surfing Dino Plunder. Anyone from Surfing Dino Plunder here?
Hey, this is Bill McGinnis. I think Mike Chomsky's here as well.
Excellent. After Surfing Dino Plunder, we're going to have Eternal Equinox. Eternal Equinox, you're on cue after Surfing Dino Plunder. Okay, you guys have the floor.
All right, we have commentary on this. I don't know if we're going to...
I'm Mike.
Are you happy with the audio?
Developer on
yeah, that's fine.
Team Surfing Dino Plunder, our lost and found entry for Global Game Jam 2021.
Hi, and I'm Bill McGinnis. Also a team member on the team for Surfing Dino Plunder for Game Jam 2021.
To fit this year's theme of Lost and Found, we made Surfing Dino Plunder. It returns you to the Valley of the Cantankerous Kingdom. You wield your Cretaceous surfboard in arms and find your lost booty from the pirate horde.
We chose the Velociraptor as the protagonist for this game because this particular Velociraptor is a member of the Vancesium family. It's a third generation Velociraptor in the most powerful Velociraptor family in the Dino Trade Wars. So he has a lot to lose, and lately they've been seeing a lot of meteors in the sky. So he carries a surfboard with him at all times because dinosaurs decided it's very important to have some sort of vessel for traversing the high seas should gigantic waves overtake their habitat.
The goal is to recover your treasure and take out as many pirates on the way to doing so. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, the original concept here is we were gonna have different pieces of a treasure map and whatnot, and pick up different having different enemies defeated get a piece of the map to eventually find the way to the treasure. It started off as a tower defense. There was a naval battle version of it, and then like maybe we talked about a Jealous Fairy and a couple other things, and then this was sort of a rapid prototyped sort of version of what we ended up going with. So it was very, very early, but we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was Surfing Dino Plunder. Do you give it an emoji of choice? It's a.
That doesn't matter to me. So I mean,
let's copy this into. Let's see what they call this. Dragon. We're using the dragon. Everyone drop the dragon.
I like it.
Drop the dragon on Discord and in Twitch. Give your support to Surfing Dino Plunder. Next up is Eternal Equinox. Eternal Equinox is using the moon emoji.
We are, but it seems like it's got a smiley face on your end.
Oh yeah. Everyone measures emojis differently. They're not consistent. This website shows what they look like, and this one is nightmare fuel.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, let's roll the video. After Eternal Equinox, we have Dark Space. Dark Space, you're next after this.
The balance of the universe is now unknown. It has been altered, and this has been felt through all that exists. Galactic titans are clashing. They seek to destroy the universe as we know it and claim it for their own. Fighting between themselves to the death as only one can stand in the end, their brawl is shattering the cosmos. The more the balance is thrown off, the more the universe will tear apart and the damage will become irreversible. There is not much time. The last hope remains splintered in time between two realms on a celestial plane, the Sun Realm and Moon Realm. For generations, these realms have remained untouched, maintained by the children of the stars. But now, pieces of the realm's sunstones and moonstones are lost among them. Ancient beings Helios and Selene have awoken. They call upon the children of stars to work together to find these stones across the realms. Returning them to their rightful place will restore the balance of the shattered cosmos and put a stop to the Titans for the rest of time. Eternal Equinox.
All right, so that's Eternal Equinox or Equinox. I mean, you can call it whatever you like. It's an asymmetrical online multiplayer game. It uses VR and PC simultaneously, so you can have one player on PC and you can have one player in VR, or 2 players on PC, or 2 players on VR, or 10 players on VR. Sky's the limit, go nuts. We also have added support for Quest and Quest 2 support, so we have Android versions that support that as well. The primary focus of the game is you're tasked with restoring balance between the cosmos. You have the sun and the moon have shattered, and there are remnants and pieces of that all throughout these different areas. And you, as the players, need to work together to return the sun pieces back to the sun well. And you can do that by breaking some physics and doing some pretty crazy stuff. Like I said, it's asymmetrical multiplayer, and we take it a step further by actually inverting the 2 players. So one player is upright with traditional normal physics, everyday physics, and then the other player is completely reverse of that. So you can do cool things. If you see these little blue circles, these are actually pools that you can throw items through to have them transport between the sun world and the moon world. And that's how you can kind of work together as a team.
Mm-hmm. This was Eternal Equinox. We loved the voice acting. Who did that?
That was done by one of our team members, Joseph, from across the pond.
It was awesome. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you.
That was Eternal
Yeah,
Equinox.
check it out.
You can use the moon emoji in chat and Twitch chat and Discord to share your support for Eternal Equinox.
Moon!
Next up is Dark Space. Dark Space. Did I queue up Dark Space properly? Anyone from Dark Space here?
Yep.
We are here.
Excellent. After Dark Space is Lost Tomorrow. Lost Tomorrow, if you're not on the call, get the call. You're going to be up next. Dark Space, you got 3 minutes. Go.
If you guys could, our game is actually audio only, so if you would just play this as loud as you can, and then we'll talk after.
But first, let's make sure you come out of stasis properly. Tell me, what color do you see on the monitor?
Nothing.
Nothing? It seems your eyes are not functioning. No matter. I can be your guide. Next, we will make sure your muscles are not in a similar state. I want you to call out your actions as you do them to make sure everything is working properly. To start, say, move left. To move into the reactor room.
Move left.
This is the reactor room. There are doors to the mess hall, engine room, and stasis room.
That was the whole video. 1 minute. You guys have 2 minutes. You guys want to share your dev process and what you're thinking about with the game?
Sure. Who's in chat with us anyway right now?
A whole bunch of other devs.
I think.
I'm here.
Most of the team, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
so
all
Captain was our Scrum Master. That was his first time. So you want to talk about being a Scrum Master for the first time? in software
Yeah, okay.
development?
So to give you the idea, we started out, Jumper had this great idea of utilizing voice-only movement by having the computer essentially only taking voice commands to do all of the movement through the game. And he assembled this fantastic team of people to try to put all this together. A few of us were fresh to this. I'm completely fresh to this. This is the first game jam I've ever done, but we had this idea of kind of a text adventure that somebody who couldn't see could do, or the idea that you could play the entire game without actually having to see anything. So everything that you can kind of see on the screen here is really just kind of a crutch for the people who, need that kind of a crutch to see what they're doing. But yeah, as far as, it was my first time kind of working with the team, so we had everybody kind of together. But it was a lot of fun. We did a lot of audio work, and I kind of just tried to fill in where I could, and I learned a whole lot.
Yeah.
Wesley, do you want to talk about your writing?
Yeah, it was my first game jam too, so it was a good experience, really exciting, and also a challenge writing a story and doing the narrative design for a story that is entirely told through the dialogue of a computer, essentially giving you instructions on how to play the game and what's available to you. So yeah, really good experience and really good team that I got to work with.
Yeah.
And is Chris here too? Chris or Alex?
I'm here.
real quick?
I would just like to say that game jams are not about your technical skill. They are completely about team coordination. And I think we did a pretty good job at that. Oh, also, hi, Mom. I think she's watching.
Thank you so much.
And happy birthday to her.
Yes, and happy birthday.
That was Dark Space. Thank you guys for sharing that so much. Very cool to have such like accessibility at the forefront of the game idea. Dark Space can be, you can share your love and support for Dark Space with the rocket emoji. Drop the rocket emoji in Twitch and Discord to show your support. Next up is Lost Tomorrow. Anyone from Lost Tomorrow here on the call?
Hello.
Hello. After Lost
Hello.
Tomorrow, we're going to have Sword of Life. Sword of Life. If you're not on the call, get in the call. You're up next. How's Lost Tomorrow folks doing?
Excellent.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
I'm going to go ahead and crank this video. Awesome. That was Lost Tomorrow. You guys have about a minute left. You guys want to share any thoughts?
Yeah. So it's just kind of a twine game that is very creepy and atmospheric, which is great. But Junkie and Fluffy made some incredible music for it. I highly suggest you go through all of it and listen to all 6 tracks, I believe. And they're all different and all just very eerie, and I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to work on.
Yeah, it was definitely easy to make something atmospheric with how well the writing was. It definitely made it easy to get in that space.
Katie did all the hard work.
Well,
very cool, very exciting. I look forward to curling up and reading on a cold, rainy Seattle day. Thanks for joining
people
us.
I don't know.
That was Lost Tomorrow. You can share your support and love for Lost Tomorrow with the calendar emoji. Drop that in Twitch and Discord. Next up is Sword of Life. Sword of Life, are you in here in chat? After Sword of Life, we're going to have Star Rescue. Star Rescue, if you're not currently in the chat, get in the chat. Sword of Life, are you here? If not, we're just going to play the video a la carte.
They're here.
They're here?
Yeah. They just don't know how to unmute.
Oh.
I did, it just didn't work. Talking to this computer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to talk from my computer now.
Fantastic. Okay, there's a little bit of audio feedback coming from your microphone, but I think I'll be okay. Hello, introduce yourselves. Oh, this looks adorable.
Okay, we're recording. Hello, my name is Anna Shonsky.
And I'm Aduna Shonsky.
And together we created a video game called
The Sword of Life. I made the drawings, some of the music, and my little sister made the kid art drawings that looks like it was made by a kid.
And Aduna also wrote the backstory, and so I just put all the pieces together with some code using GameMaker Pro. So Aduna, why don't you tell the backstory?
In the beginning, there was a sword. It created life, but then it fell into the void, never to be seen again. Till a young hero felt the sword. It was engraved with the words, "You are chosen," on it. It started to grow, then fly, then speak. The princess of old is captured. She needs you. Remember, always follow the light. The light, said the hero. Suddenly he saw a beautiful light. Keep the light safe, said the sword, because you will marry the princess once she is freed. Well then, said the hero, you must free the princess. And that's the backstory.
So the first thing you have to do in the game, this is your hero, and you have to go collect the sword. So you collect your sword, so get the sword, Aduna. And now we have to destroy the witch. But be careful, if we run into any of these adorable monsters, what happens? Show what happens.
Yeah.
Run into a monster. Oh no, we destroyed the monster. We don't want to do that. Let's just destroy the witch. Land on her head. All right, now we can save the princess.
Oh, and also if you want to make your own hearts without doing that, just press the space bar and move, or just a space bar, and then you'll have hearts coming out of him.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Oh, one sec. If you saw in the first part that he has a sword and he just grabbed the sword after he had a sword, sorry, I drew the sword before that.
Let's just assume he upgraded his sword. How about that?
Yeah, but then why is the same sword there?
All right, thank you so much.
Bye.
That was heckin' adorable. Let's see if I can. Do we have any of the microphones working yet?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. That was awesome. What was this built in?
We use GameMaker Pro, and I haven't actually done any computer programming since the late 90s when I took a C++ class, so it's quite a learning curve.
Aw, man. Everyone in Discord is gushing over it. Very cool. Very cool. That was Sword of Life. We don't have an emoji for Sword of Life, unfortunately. Which would fit better, like a fairy or a princess? Maybe like
For fairy or princess emoji?
all the
Dana?
swords were taken, unfortunately.
Princess emoji.
All right, princess it
Everyone
is.
drop your best princess emojis in Twitch chat and Discord to show your support for Sword of Life. Very good, very good. Next up is Star Rescue. Anyone from Star Rescue here?
Yep.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm loving this meta of 2 emojis. This is much more expressive than a single emoji.
Save the ship. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
After Star Rescue, we're going to have a Tale of Two Portals. Tale of Two Portals. If you're not in the call, get in the call. But until then, here is Star Rescue.
Yeah. I can't believe we have to follow the girl
Hey,
and
Global
the
Game
mom.
Jam. Casey. Hi, I'm Josh. We're members of a 4-person team who put together the game Star Rescue. The other members of our team are Dave and Dustin. And our game was built entirely in Love 2D. And so it's a salvage game. You're the captain of a drone ship. And basically you're trying to program your ship to move through an asteroid field to find some lost things. So I'm going to let Casey just demo the gameplay a little bit here.
Cool. Yeah. So the way the controls work in our game is you've got a little buffer of directional commands over here, and you have to fill it up and send the commands to the ship before it will execute them. So I'm going to send it 5 moves at a time, and then it'll run through all of them, and then it'll ask for some more moves after that. So you kind of have to think ahead a little bit and figure out where your ship is going to go as it runs through that queue of moves.
Mm-hmm. And so the whole asteroid field is just generated randomly, so it's kind of a procedural generated sort of field, and your goal is to simply just search through and try to find something, and you'll know when you find it. You'll see some events, some dialogue, some music. So hope you have a fun time, and thanks so much for checking out our game.
Yeah, thank you.
That was awesome. That was a minute 30. If you guys want to share any thoughts about the development process.
Had a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we started out, of course, like everybody has big ideas. It was worse in this case probably because I come from doing kind of like amateur board game design. So I basically had this idea of this thing where you have gravity and everything pulls around, everything's flying all over the place. And then of course the coders were like, yeah, not so much. We're gonna it can move 5 spaces, it can turn a little bit. We'll get that down. We'll kind of go from there. So yeah, we would hope to like move forward to like having like the rocks moving, maybe having more like variety of things out there. But yeah, I think they did amazing work for what they did and what they were working with. I'm sure Josh can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Love 2D. So, I mean, Casey is a much more experienced coder than I am, but I've been learning a lot through using Love 2D. So it's a really nice platform, but I always like to start from from nothing. So we pretty much started from nothing and built the whole thing without any other assets. And you know, you just learn so much in that process. But we also have some really great music. So if folks play it, Dustin did some really great music, and there's some different cool things that happen. I think it's a fun little game that has a lot of legs, a lot of structure that we could build on for some other things.
I think we can see our time back to anyone else who might want to go for it. But thanks so much.
Thank you so much for sharing. That was Star Rescue I just had a stroke. Star Rescue. You can vote for Star Rescue. You can share your support and love for Star Rescue on Twitch and Discord using the rocket or someone will use the rocket. So let's say the save, the floppy disk. This is the problem with our two emoji meta, I guess, is we can't split them. I was so blown away by that cat asking for food on Fromage's stream. Next up is A Tale of Two Portals. A Tale of Two Portals. I didn't even know this was an emoji. What is this?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. What's up, Chris?
Cool.
Yeah, so that is a Atari 2600, or it's supposed to be.
Ah.
The closest thing I could find like virtual reality was the telescope, so I think I'm gonna go with that.
After you, we're gonna have the people from Totally Gay Awesome Rescue Game come and join us for some more Totally Gay Awesome gameplay. But until then, A Tale of Two Portals, it's up to you, Chris. Oh, this is 6 minutes long.
All
Do we
right.
skip ahead at all, or?
No, it's just first 3 minutes is fine.
Cool. I'll cut
So
you off.
my name's Chris Doherty. I made A Tale of Two Portals. This is a VR game where there are two portals that go to different worlds. One portal goes to a Western-themed world, and the other goes to a more modern city. As you can see here, we do have some audio sliders, because that was one of the diversifiers, and I really wanted to do VR UI. When you start the game and talk to one, you discover that objects have disappeared from one world and fall from the sky in the other world, so it's your job to return the objects to their right place. In one example, there is a cowboy that challenges you to a shooting challenge that is impossible to win using current technology. He hints that if only there was a weapon that could shoot faster, you could probably win that challenge. So I give up on that for now. I go to the barber shop, and they mention that this weird barber pole fell from the sky that looks like it's from the future, and it was spinning when it fell, and it's no longer spinning. And she will hand it to you, but she wants the old one first. So you realize that you have to go to a different world, and I pick up a traffic cone on the way, because I know that does not exist in the Wild West. And here you can see an example of like the non-Euclidean portal technology with stencil shaders. So I head up the stairs, and I already know everything about this game, so most people would probably have to walk around aimlessly, but I walk around, I find where the socket is, and there's kind of like a little ghost icon where it just kind of snaps into place. So I bring it there. I'm going to go to the barber shop, which looks like an ice cream cone because I ran out of icons. So I grab that, and you can actually grab things in two hands. In your left hand, it kind of snaps right next to you, so it's usually better for smaller objects. And on your right hand, you can kind of rotate objects while they're in your hand. So we talk to this police officer, and he says that he's missing a security camera. So he gives you a fully automatic water gun. This is a water gun, even though it looks like something more sinister. Then I walk back in. First thing I'm going to do, I don't like holding two objects, so I'm just going to return this barber pole real quick. There we go. And then I am totally going to win this mini game now, because now I have this like automatic weapon. So there we go. So after that, I wait a few seconds, and you can notice the flying tumbleweed. I love that bug. And then I drop the weapon in the socket, and now I can grab the security camera. And I think my time's almost up in about 20 seconds, so feel free to cut me off at any time. So then I head over here. I grab the barber pole now, and I'm about to go to the other world to drop off the security camera and
Will
the
he
new
get
barber
the security camera? Will they fix and will they get the police officer his security camera? Join us next time on globalgamejam.org/ what was this game called? Tale of Two Portals. Use a telescope to share your support and love for Tale of Two Portals. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry I had to cut you off at the climax of this trade.
No problem.
Next up is the Totally Gay Awesome Rescue Game. Anybody from this team here?
Hello, I am here.
Hello.
Hi.
After this gay old time, we're gonna have the in-between. The in-between is next. If you guys aren't in the call, get in the call. And until then, here is a totally awesome gay rescue game.
It sure is. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk over this because there's probably no way you're going to be able to read everything on the screen.
Do you want me to skip ahead? The video is longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just let it play.
Cool.
So funny story, we didn't have a name for the game until I was just about to start recording the screen cap, and it said game title at the top, so we're like, what are we gonna name it? And we're like, you know what? We'll just describe it. It is a totally gay, awesome rescue game. And the gameplay is in a cutesy woodland fantasy aesthetic, and it's a narrative and puzzle game where you're a pilot of a search and rescue helicopter. And your girlfriend is dispatching and liaising between you and the lost creatures, which we call the Losties. And the narrative of the story kind of goes over how the two girlfriends are coping with their different personalities for the first time in a work environment. It's a fun little surprise at the end, which you probably won't get to in the video, but go ahead and watch the whole thing. So the good things about our team. So we are 4 team members, and we hadn't met at all before this game jam, and we learned that we're all in the LGBTQT space and knew that the Games Are for Everyone diversifier was something that we had to implement. Yes, representation matters, so here we are. I think the best thing that came out of it is that we got something playable, it tells a story, and we are happy with that. Unfortunately, one of our devs had a family emergency and had to depart, but she left us with a really, really awesome base, and we're so so happy that we had her with us for the little bit that we did, and hope to work with her in the future too. But after that, we all kind of pulled together. We got to pick up different roles that we didn't know that we were going to be doing, and it was awesome to see everybody just pivot, step up, and get something out there, which was super cool. Another thing that didn't quite go so well is that even because we had to scope down even further than the game jam scope, we had so many assets that we weren't able to implement. And Soriani Kong did a ton of really beautiful art, those portraits. She had better trees than really stretched out cubes that didn't make it in. We did have some narration and some other sounds as well. So
You guys got about 20 seconds left. Is there anything you would like to do differently next time?
Maybe if we just had more people in general, just to hand off different things, because more diversity.
Yeah. Awesome. That was the Totally Gay Awesome Rescue Game. Share your support and love for the Totally Gay Awesome Rescue Game in Discord and Twitch with the rainbow emoji. Thank you so much for cheering in. Next up is the In Between, which I'm gonna read as a spooky sound because it's got the ghost emoji.
Spooky.
Are you with the In Between?
I am.
Excellent. After In Between, we have Ubolu, Ubala. You know who you are. There's like 7 O's in this name. You're next. If you're not on the call, get on the call. Until then, here is the In Between.
I'll let you guys watch like the first minute of the video, and then I'll start working.
Cool.
Now's a good time. So this is our game. It's called The In Between, and it was worked on by me, Nayaki, and then Justin, Camellia, and Macaulay S. And Goen Park, who's my friend, and this was her game jam, and she did all the writing. So props to her. I did all the art, Justin did all the programming, and Macaulay did all the audio, which sounds awesome. We overscoped for sure because we had intended to have like 4 of these little moments, and instead we have 2, but that's all right. So the idea of this game is that you're kind of a lost spirit, and you're traveling through your ancestry, and you're going kind of forward in time. So from like the oldest ancestor to, and the idea is that you would sort of be born at the end and kind of know where you came from. Obviously we didn't get that far, but here we are. And, you know, we're proud of what we made, and yep.
Yeah. What do you guys build it in?
We built it in Unity, which we've all worked with before, except Goen. This was her first time, again. And she did, I think, the audio setup, or not the audio setup, the script setup.
You have about a minute left. Do you guys have any
Okay, yeah.
thoughts on what you would do differently next time?
Yeah, I think just like our scope was a little bit large, so next time definitely like smaller scope. I think narrative games, just as a PSA, are difficult for game jams. Like if you're gonna have a narrative game, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things because telling the story is one thing, and playing the game is another, and you sort of have to marry those things in a difficult way.
Right.
So, yeah, good jamming, y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. That was the in-between. The in-between. I get now why it's a ghost, because you're kind of a ghostly spirit. If you guys want to share your love and support to the in-between, do drop the ghost emoji in Twitch chat and Discord. Thank you. Next up is Ubolu. Am I doing this right?
Hi, yeah, Ubaloo, yeah.
Ubaloo. Awesome. After Ubaloo, we have the whale song. The whale song, if you're not getting the call, you'll be after Ubaloo. Okay, here you go.
All right, thanks. Hi, I'm Zoffin, and this is my first global game jam. You can probably, just watch the thing.
This looks like some good arcadey fun. Awesome. You have about a minute 30 if you want to share your development thoughts.
So the whole idea of the game was basically you've lost some slime and you need it to move around. So we really wanted to like make a just like an interesting platformer, somewhat physics based, and like specifically we wanted to use this mechanism to like make little puzzles where you had to backtrack and pick up things that you had already used to get yourself across. So it was really interesting building this stuff out. I think there were 4 of us on the team: Connie, Daisy, Levi, and myself. And I think the most interesting part overall was just like thinking of the various ways we could use this like weird restriction in kind of fun ways. That's
awesome. Anything you do differently next time?
I think the main thing we would probably try to do differently is we didn't get like a proper level to iterate in for like level design until decently late. So it would have been nice to have that earlier and be able to come up with more like level design ideas and just more levels in general as well. Yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Awesome. That was Ubaloo, something I would buy as merch. Thank you so much. Do you have an emoji for this one?
I couldn't really find a blob emoji, but I don't know.
Maybe like monster. We'll do like our alien.
Works.
Yeah, here we go. It was kind of arcadey. Do the alien monster arcadey emoji in both Twitch chat and Discord for our friend Ubaloo. Awesome. Next up is the whale song. Whale song, you in the call?
Yes, that's me.
Hey, nice. After whale song is clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, if we're not in the call, get in the call. You're gonna be on deck after whale song. Over to you. That's not the end. Is that the end?
That is the end.
Brad!
I'm so sorry.
Brad, why?
That is the end.
You got a minute and a half to share your development.
Yeah. So this is the Whale Song. I started this game yesterday afternoon, or around 11 o'clock a.m. And everyone was having so much fun in Global Game Jam, so I decided to join. I was a solo developer this time around, so I did the art, I did the music. Solo developers are never really alone. Of course, I had my friends from ISG join me in the call and socialize. Seattle Indies, and also shout out and big thank you to Steve, who helped with these grass shaders. And I'm really happy with how it turned out with such a small amount of time. And next time I would like to get a team again, because I miss having a team.
Yeah.
But thanks so much.
That was Brad's The Whale Song. You can show your love and support for Brad's adorable game with the whale emoji in both Twitch chat and Discord. I hope to see you there. Next up is Clairvoyance. Anyone from Clairvoyance in this call?
Yes, hello.
Up next after Clairvoyance is The Lost Necklace. The Lost Necklace, if you're not in the call, get in the call. After Clairvoyance, we're going to hear from you. Okay. Let's play your video. It's 4 minutes long. Do you want me to skip ahead, or do you want to play from the beginning?
We can skip through a chunk in the middle.
Cool. There you go. This should give you a full 3 minutes.
No. Oh, we missed some key details.
Uh-oh, how about that?
Oh well, don't worry about it. So anyway, this is a game where you are a robot and your lens/eye has been stolen, and you need to navigate blind to find it again. Good news is you can hack into security cameras and other robots' eyes to kind of navigate second person. So you can see here, like, we have found our body and we're guiding it around. Found the exit to the compound, but we need to find our eye before we can leave. So yeah, I was the developer and designer on this game. I worked with a great sound designer and a great composer. Made it sound really good. Didn't have an artist. Originally I wanted to have like human characters, have more of a cyberpunk thing, like with cybernetic augments, like you know, cool cyber eyes and stuff, instead of just robots. But didn't have an artist, so you know, figured it's easier to make just a really boxy robot without an artist.
Oh.
And yeah, there are guns now.
Second person shooter.
Yep. Yeah, so there were two things that I really wanted to do with this concept. One was a stealth section where you have to look through an enemy's eyes and like kind of step into their cone of view for a little bit to know where you are, but then get out really quick. And the other one, which we're about to see here, is look through an enemy's eyes as you aim your gun at them and stare down the barrel of your own gun before you pull the trigger, you monster. And so you don't actually have to do that in this one, but I'm gonna do it here anyway because it's kind of cool. And so our view just went back to the eye, to our eye that we started with. And so yeah, that's the design thing that didn't quite work out as I intended. I had to put a lot more security cameras just to be able to get around the world than I originally intended. So now that we recovered our eye, we can actually go first person.
Whoa, what a concept.
Yeah. But yeah, so just because you have to have line of sight to hack into a camera, I had to put a lot more security cameras around than I originally planned, and
These guys are secure as heck.
And that made it so that you don't really have to look through enemy eyes much, because security camera is pretty much always a more convenient view.
That was Spencer's Clairvoyance, a pitch that when shared during game pitches, I was incredibly excited to see executed. Awesome to see it realized. If you want to share your support and love for Clairvoyance, use the eye, single eye emoji. No one uses single eye. There's a perfectly good double eye emoji, and we all use it. Up next is the Lost Necklace. Anyone from Lost Necklace here?
Yep. Yeah, we're here.
Excellent. After Lost Necklace, we're going to have Somnolence. Somnolence, if you're not in the call, get in the call. You're going to be up next. Here's Lost Necklace.
All right, just let the video play for the first minute.
It's only 48 seconds.
Finally, I'm home from school. Can you show me your necklace? I can't find my necklace. Where's my necklace? Check inside your backpack. There it is. Wow, that's pretty. Where the north wind meets the sea. Blah, blah, blah.
Nice. So I worked with a couple 9-year-olds on this game, and we decided for the real life twist, what's important enough to a 9-year-old girl to bother finding it would be a necklace.
Nice.
And some stuff that worked well is we used Piskel app for the kids to do they did all the artwork. And one of them was a school classmate, and so that worked well to get the art from each other.
Yeah.
And what didn't work so well was getting the audio of the right volume. And what we had to do was do like the video call of the school classmate onto another computer's microphone, which was a little iffy, but worked out in the end. Came out pretty good. Well, so that's it.
This goes in the same genre as Where's My Keys? But it's Where's My Necklace? That was The Lost Necklace. If you guys want to show your support and love for that adorable game made by 2 9-year-olds with help. That is the necklace emoji. I actually think that's the prayer beads emoji. Drop the prayer beads emoji in Twitch chat and Discord to show your love and support. Next up is Somnolence. Anyone from Somnolence here?
Hey.
Hey. Happy to have you here. Up next after Somnolence is L&F Droid. L&F Droid, yeah. L&F Droid, you're up next. Get in queue. If you're not in call, get in the call. Here is Somnolence.
All right, so this is kind of a shorter video. It's only like 30 seconds or so, because I don't think we started this till like 4:45.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Whoa.
So
The Deadeye
yeah,
was
so
at 5.
it's a puzzle. Yeah. It's a puzzle adventure game about trying to find the source of what's been causing your dreams, your nightmares, by actually delving inside of your dreams.
Right.
Represented by like this weird gold object thing. So yeah, every time you're outside of the world there, you get like this clue of where you're supposed to go in the world. And yeah, so this was actually the first 3D game for Seas Next Night. So we started with Unity's FPS game kit and a ton of Unity store assets, and just kind of ran from there.
Wow, yeah, I'm getting strong Myst vibes.
Yeah, that's definitely a big inspiration for sure.
Awesome. That was Somnolence. Somnolence with the ZZZ emoji. Share your love and support for this awesome atmospheric last-minute project. I can't believe you guys did that. 4:45. Really? Today? Today?
Right.
Crazy. Let's see. Next up is L&F Droid. L&F Droid. Anyone here? Oh, it's Lost and Found Droid.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can.
Fantastic.
This is going to be another robot emoji. This is our second, and I think we're going to have a third later in the call as well. Up after L&F Droid is Xip and Xander. Xip and Xander, if you're not in the call, get in the call. We'll hear from you in a second. Until then, this video is 4 minutes and 40. This video is longer. Do you want me to start it from the beginning to roll?
Underneath a Yeah, I was gonna say let it roll and stop it around 2:15, and then I'll say a short blurb.
Sounds good.
Lost items that end up here must be collected and returned to the guest above. You are Lost and Found droid, Unit LNF-00.
I knew it.
The park's early engineers did not really know what they were doing. Please mind the gap. Boxes
Pretty much
can
every
be
game
grabbed
designer.
or pushed. Please avoid placing them into walls.
I can have like a monkey design.
It's supposed to be like a robo cat sort of thing, but
Deliver it to the lift.
that's supposed to be a dog droid that we just didn't get running.
Good job. Please proceed.
This is a legit level design.
Oh, thanks.
Avoiding the security lasers is recommended.
I feel like we're breaking in. Are we a cat burglar bot?
So, you're essentially a robot that's underneath a theme park collecting lost toys and returning them to kiosk above. So, it's just a complete warehouse underneath.
Right.
And with the level design, we just went for 3D platformer. With, some different game mechanics, interactable objects, platforms. And, lasers. This was fun. There's a lot of things that we wish we could have implemented. There was definitely audio assets, art, and just gameplay mechanics that we couldn't get to because 48 hours.
Yeah.
But overall, we were pretty pleased with it. I was actually the audio guy, and I did the music, sound design, implementation, and I need a nap. like most other people, I'm guessing. But we're pretty pleased with this, and that was our whole take on the concept of Lost and Found.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. That was LNF Droid, Lost and Found Droid. I think we should also share our support with the robot emoji on Discord and Twitch because we're now in our second set of emojis. The robot isn't going to collide. So use the robot emoji to support LNF Droid, and maybe they can recruit some more people for their theme park. Next up is Zip and Xander, another robot, but this one's got a cat. I'm telling you, this double emoji meta, I'm living for it.
Thank you. I mean, it was kind of necessary. It came about late. We'll get into that.
After Zip and Xander, we're gonna have Treacherous Waters. Treacherous Waters. Treacherous Waters, if you're not in the call, get in the call. You'll be up next. And until then, Zip and Xander.
All right. Zip and Xander is a game where you're playing a robot with an AI partner. Sorry, I'm trying to sync the video here. We have 7 levels in it. The entire game was made with GMW. We had one coder, Kira, one musician, one artist, a sound effects engineer, and a voice actor who voices all of the scenes like you can hear right now.
Is that Zip, the purple box?
The purple box with the cat face.
Adorable.
So that came about late last night when all of us were too tired to really be thinking of such things, and found that we all loved cats and we needed some sort of face for the AI, and rather than going with just the robot face for that, we decided that it was going to be a cat. So I'm pretty happy about that, actually.
Yeah, I love the little particle effect on the. What are these? Like portals?
They are terminals.
Terminals.
So
I love the little like.
I was really happy with Kira. Did a great job with the gratification for dumping your core into these terminals. So it's a puzzle platformer, and it's resource management. You have each core gives you a unique power, and you have to decide which ones you need to keep and which ones you're going to sacrifice to power the terminals before you move on.
Is there anything you'd do differently next time?
I'm not sure. I mean, it would be if we had more time, that would be the thing. But no, I mean, I think that I feel like our team did a great job with the amount of time we wanted to do even more, but we had some more levels, but then we had some hiccups, and so we made sure we got in the key parts. Right here's the in the video, one of my favorite things. If you if you get stuck, you can suicide to get out of it, but it's Zip killing Xander. So Xander is the robot that you're playing.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was super cool. Zip and Xander. Let's use the cat emoji. I know we have a cat heart emoji already, so let's pick a different emotion of cat. Is there an angrier cat? Post angry cats in chat for Zip and Xander on both Twitch and Discord to show your love and support. Next up, we have Treacherous Waves, Treacherous Waters. Treacherous Waters, anyone here from Treacherous Waters?
Hello.
Hey, after Treacherous Waters, we're finally circling back to where we started with Twitch TD. Twitch TD, finally. I'm sorry you had to wait so long, but you should be next. Here we go, Treacherous Waters.
All right. Well, howdy, gang. We are Team Odd Boss, and this is Treacherous Waters. We had a stellar team.
Woo!
We had 8 people on our team, which is crazy.
Look at all these names.
I know. Last year we had 15 people, so we're cutting it down a little bit. Not by much though. So we had Joe. He did some pixel art. It's the little guys you'll see on the ship. We had Kyle Beck and Jacob Lyons. They handled all the programming and code. Kyle Lehman, he handled with the game design, the project management, implementing assets, and just kind of being an all-around help to everyone on the team. Joshua did the lovely music you're hearing right now on the main menu. Jesse Warden did the music and sound effects for the rest of the game, and I did the rest of the art. So, Treacherous Waters is a game where he who has the biggest ship has the most power, and he who has the most power can rule the seas!
Yes!
So you gain power by picking up these little crates floating in the water. It is a boat, and I don't know if you've ever tried to row a boat in real life, but it is very hard. So that is one of the main challenges of the games, as it would happen to be. Yeah, so you go around, you pick up these crates, and eventually you'll encounter other players. It is a multiplayer game.
Whoa.
So there are other people on the server.
Whoa!
The more crates you pick up, the bigger your ship will get. But you can also lose size by getting damaged. So you gotta watch out.
Whoa! It's
Have
naval
these
combat.
epic naval battles, yep. You can also get stuck within the islands if you get too large.
Too real. So this is like a Gario kind of like you get bigger.
Yeah, it is.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, so we had a great time. The scope kind of kept on getting bigger and bigger as as we progressed
Just like
through
the
the game.
ships.
Oh yes, it was intentional. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and yeah, we really enjoyed working from home. It was very nice to get sleep.
Sleep good. I like this, like the map aesthetic. I remember you were talking to me about this a while ago at any support group.
Yeah, that's actually where I got the inspiration.
Ah,
You're
nice.
You were like, I want to do something simple, like
Something
some simple art.
abstract.
And I was like, oh yeah, just do something like photography. I'm like, and then I made it more complicated.
Bam. Just make it more complicated, lol.
Yeah.
That was Treacherous Waves, Treacherous Waters. You can use the wave emoji to give your love and support. I don't know how they did a multiplayer, online multiplayer in 48 hours.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Drop your love and support in Twitch and Discord. Next up is Twitch TD. Isn't it magical? Isn't it magical that my slides automatically updated with all the CSV data from online? Crazy. How do you do it? Magic. Anyone from Twitch TV here? Bucky, are you here?
Yes.
Hey! Okay, after Bucky, we're going to have Jim Short's Grave Robber. We're almost near the end. Jim Short's Grave Robber, you're on cue for after Twitch TD.
So, yeah, I just turned the video volume down a bit because I'm just going to talk over it. It's basically just my friends playing it and screaming really loud, so it's not really that informative.
That's what friends are for.
All right, so, hi, I'm Bucky, and me and my friend Jeff made this game called Twitch Tower Defense. And so the idea was to make a tower defense game that could be streamed and viewers from the chat can play on it by typing in commands to the chat. So on the bottom left, you can see the chat commands to like join the game, leave the game, and then you can build towers, and you kind of work together to fight off the waves of monsters. So the story is the ancient lost monsters of Zeradun have returned to their homeland, and the defenders of the realm, aka the Twitch chatters, have to defend the land from this evil. Yeah, we don't really have a super big connection to the theme here, but this is the main idea we could go with the Twitch chat integration. There's a lot of kind of design considerations we had to take, but as you can see in the footage, we had some problems with the spawning algorithms kind of going overboard pretty hard, but then my friends got the hang of it and they started trying to wall off the enemies and have them kind of weave through the maze, and we did some iterations before it was due on the spawn algorithm. But yeah, so
Hold the line!
Yeah, they were kind of just yelling. On the right, there's like an arrow window that shows you if you're typing the commands in wrong. We were kind of like doing a lot of iteration on how to relay information to the chat. But yeah, so yeah, we definitely iterated on the spawning algorithm. We got something pretty good right at the end. But yeah, it was definitely really fun. Most of the time, the Game Jam games we make are just complete garbage, and this one is too, but there's like a glimmer of like something good in this one that I can see, and I actually kind of want to work on it more, so I probably will be.
Heck yeah.
And then the art, we kind of just scuffed the art together, but you know, we kind of went for like a cartoony style, you know.
It's got pizzazz. It's got.
We're both programmers, so you know, we may do with the paint tools we got, you know.
I want my username to be above the towers I invest in, so that everyone knows it was me who did it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we have right now it's color coordinated, but we were gonna add like the first letter of your name to on the tower or something. And we need to add more tower types like monster health. So there's some monsters that take multiple hits. But yeah, as you can see here, there's upgrades for the towers, and then they started finding the upgrades and saving up for them. Then they started really just taking care of those monsters.
Yeah.
So then they actually started getting the upper hand, and it became a pretty dominant upper hand. As you can see here.
Abuse of power.
Yeah,
Plus nerf
was kind of going off the charts.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. We had a lot of fun, and it's like our 6th global game jam, so it's always fun doing this every year.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. That was Twitch
thanks.
Tower Defense. You can use the castles emoji in Twitch and Discord to share your love and support. And hey, maybe sometime soon you'll see this on Twitch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bucky. Up next, Jim Short's Grave Robber.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Up next is Lost Puppy Wanted. Lost Puppy Wanted, if you're not in the call, get in the call. Until then, here is Jim Short's Grave Robber. This video is longer than 3 minutes. Do you want me to just let it run and cut you off at 3?
So, basic idea is you are a grave robber that goes into a graveyard and wants to steal the loot that is in the graves and the magical gem shorts that are in random graveyards.
As you do.
Graves. And the gem shorts give you bonuses. They give you digging bonuses. The yellow ones. The blue ones give you speed bonus, and the red ones give you an attack bonus.
And
there were 5 of us who were involved.
And how we came up with this idea and how it connects to the theme, my buddy Kyle and I both thought of the lyrics to Amazing Grace. What once was lost is now found. And and then he drew a really funny sketch of like Jim Shorts with the caption "Jim Short Graveyard," and I thought that was funny. And yeah, we so I did audio and a little bit of music. Kyle did audio and music as well. We kind of split up the sound effects. Cal and James were our programmers, and we ended up switching from Unreal to Unity kind of in the last home stretch, and that changed our scope a little bit. We had ideas at the very end for kind of polishing changes and didn't quite have time for those. The health mechanic is kind of inspired by the Sonic games. When you're hit, you drop everything. And that's kind of my favorite thing of the game, is just seeing everything go flying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want to say anything, Kyle, about it? His music
yeah.
in it is amazing, by the way, too.
Yeah, it was. I'll let it play. Yeah, I'll let it play. Yeah.
And of course, the way you get out is through leaving the graveyard. Through the
Which
front.
I eventually did, but I was just I wanted so badly to get all the graves, and at some point I do get hit and you see it explode. But yeah, this is my first time ever doing a game jam of any kind, and so this was a very awesome experience for me. There you go. Yeah, I blow up and everything just flies away. So. Yeah, great people to work with too. So I'm very, very thankful for everything about this project.
Heck yeah. I think we'll cut you off here at the almost 3-minute mark. That was Jim Shorts Grave Robber. Very, very correctly a Jim Shorts emoji. Is that like a shorts pants emoji?
Get your sweat on.
So I think in Discord there might only be a pants emoji, so I guess we could go with that one.
Pants. Drop your pants.
GG, dog.
Put pants emojis in Twitch and Discord to share your love and support for the Jim Shorts Grave Robber.
Thank you.
Next up is Lost Puppy Wanted. Lost Puppy Wanted. On it's an owl? Anyone from Lost Puppy Wanted here?
Yep, it's an owl. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you for joining us.
Great.
Next up after
too bad.
After Lost Puppy Wanted
go
is going to be Message in a Bottle. Message in a Bottle, if you're not in the call, get in the call. Okay, here you go. Lost Puppy Wanted. This is cute.
Got some very good artists on board. Alright, so we'll go with people all very physically far from each other, who have come together and try to make a game in 2 days. By far, I mean, we spread across like total of 5 US states. We've got California, Colorado, Australia, New Jersey, and Canada. Yep, all US states.
All US states?
Yep. Okay. So most of us aren't too experienced in jamming, so we went with a very simple idea, 2D side scroller with a bit of a joke. This is inspired by, the browser dinosaur game. But I wanted to make it a bit more chaotic by adding all those owls, It ends up being not too difficult like Dark Souls, but like once in a while, RNG could really screw you over with something literally unavoidable, according to one of my testers. Yeah, so how much time do I have left?
You got 2 minutes. I'm just going to keep looping it.
Right. So I'm the one programmer in the team. I have the pleasure of working with 4 other amazing artists and animators, plus 1 musician. One thing for me to take away would be to get another programmer in the group, because it was really, really scary holding all the code and freaking out about oversleeping past the deadline. It was really, really freaky. Retrospect, what went well the most to me was that despite our time zone difference, our team communicated fairly well and set expectations that we mostly meet in the end. What I personally enjoyed was there was this short session an hour before the deadline where everyone grew up and told me what could be done to make the game better. We didn't have a lot of time to implement all of them, but I really liked seeing how the game could really see it improve with new perspectives. Since as a programmer by this point, I was kind of sick of the game. Keep playing it and everything. But yeah, I'd love to do the jam again, but 2 days is really short time. Try our best.
Where do you get the music? It's adorable.
Oh, I wonder if our musician is in here. But yeah, it's a lot cuter than we intended. But still, I think it was good.
I think it was good for sure. Awesome.
Nice.
That was Lost Puppy Wanted. You can use the owl emoji in Twitch chat and Discord to share your love and support for the Lost Puppy Wanted.
Thank you.
Next up is Message in a Bottle. This is our second to last video for tonight. Anyone from Message in a Bottle here on the call?
Ayo.
Ayo!
Can you hear me?
We can. Thank you for joining us. Lust and Found, you're on cue. You're going to be our last for the night. We got you in there just at the last second. Happy to have you here. But first, Message in a Bottle.
Hey. So I'm Jose, and this is Message in a Bottle. The idea is you play as this little dude, and you walk around, you collect these bottles that have messages in them, messages from other people. So you can pick them up, you can walk over to your little desk, and you can actually write in them. So like right now I'm gonna overwrite what this guy said with my own message, maybe. But yeah, that's about it for the gameplay. The idea is I want to keep it pretty chill, both in terms of to play and also to make. And yeah, it's just something you can relax. And you can toss it out into the ocean for somebody else to find, right? So yeah, it was a pretty simple idea. This weekend I didn't know how much time I could really devote to the gem, so I wanted to keep it simple. But this also gave me a lot of time to mess around with some new tech, kind of like the legs and the footsteps, and some water shader stuff. So yeah, it was pretty fun, mostly pretty chill, save for getting the networking going. I thought that like I had done something similar in the past, so I thought it wouldn't be too hard, but that took me most of Friday just to kind of set up the boilerplate stuff. But it works, mostly. Which is, you know, the only thing you can ask for out of a jam, right? Let's see, in terms of things that I wish I could have done better, or things that I want to do, want to work on some more, is there's a couple more things that I want to do shader-wise. There's a couple of water effects, like splashes I want to mess around with. I want to mess around with the feet a little bit more. Maybe give him some, like, procedurally generated arms, or procedurally animated arms that he can pick up things and carry things and throw stuff. And yeah, the other big thing too, the other big downfall with the current design is that the networking works, you can send messages. There's currently no filter, which is a very scary thing when you put something out on the internet. So if I flesh this out into something bigger, that's definitely something I need to pour some resources into. But yeah, that's this game.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That was Message in a Bottle. You can use the deserted island emoji in both Twitch chat and Discord to show your love and support for this game dev. Thank you, Jose. Next up is Lust and Found. I've been very excited to see this. We weren't sure we were going to get their video. We got their video. You guys on the call?
Yeah, I am. We're here.
Yep. Save the best for last. Here we go. I'm going to play you. Ah, yes, the lorem ipsum. I'm gonna go ahead and loop this video. You guys can talk over it.
Who wants to go first? I can go first. So my name is Adam. I did the character art and animation for this and some of the game design. Our basic idea for this is like we wanted a fighting game, but also kind of a dating sim. And a lot of dating sim kind of games tend to be visual novels, and we were looking for something a little more action oriented that has a little bit more gameplay to it. So the concept for it was we wanted a game where instead of beating up the enemy character, you just keep hitting them and then their clothes blow off like particle effects. And so they get more and more naked as the rounds go on, and then once they have all their clothes off, then you seduce them. So you blow them kisses, or you like flex at them, or do kind of movements to get them in the mood for you.
Nice.
Yeah, as you can see, I couldn't get the swapping of the sprites to work. So technically, this model has multiple sprite layers and multiple sprites in the sprite library. But the animation didn't drive them correctly. So when I activate them, it just like looks like he has like a lag lagging behind him. So yeah, that didn't quite work. But I did manage to upload this to the GitHub pages. I'm going to
Hey.
post the link in Twitch chat so you can all play it, and it has 2-player support too. So attach a second controller, and you can play against each other.
Nice. Thank you much for sharing. That was Lust and Found, and also I think the last of our games for tonight. Can I get the soundboard, Brad? Woo! Even better, even better. I have one last task for you guys. That is to, if you made a game, go ahead and tweet that. Just take your YouTube link and tag @SeattleIndies and Global Game Jam. Made turn-based, tile-based hack and slash with at the Seattle Indies Game Jam. Tweet that. We'll retweet all of it. I'm gonna go ahead and like my own post. Did everyone do that? I sure do. I want to make a few quick announcements and a couple of thank yous to everyone who helped out. We had all of our guild masters who are really just glorified community leaders to help make people onto teams. We had Brad with the Code Guild. We had. Are you soundboarding yourself, Brad?
A true legend.
We also had Sarah with the Art Guild. we had Paxton with the Story Guild. And we had Ty with the Audio Guild. Kyle was also helping out. We had a whole bunch of other volunteers as well. Tim Collins is for all of Global Game Jam across the globe. What is he? Operations, Director of Operations. And he also helped out here as well. Big thanks to Tim. And then we also had a bunch of volunteers help moderate all these voice channels, including Colin and Ed and Eric. A big thanks to Seattle Indies for continuing to host all these and give us a place to rally around. If you're not involved with Seattle Indies, we do weekly Saturday calls with a bunch of people just hanging out in a room like this, and we just talk about projects and share what we're doing. And then also 2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing a post-Global Game Jam wrap-up. So we'll kind of look at the Global Game Jam games again. We're going to have a Twitch streamer come on and play some of the games. If you're interested in sharing your game, be here on Discord. We're going to make an announcement. You have 2 weeks if you want to polish it up, and we'll hear from you then. Until then, it's very late. We went 30 minutes over because we had just so many good games. So I want everyone to pat themselves on the back. There will be some after parties happening here. People kind of mingling and mixing and breaking down the adrenaline. But until then, I'm going to log off. This is Andrew Goodenough with Seattle Indies. Good night, everybody.